Welcome to Paw Patrol Adventure Bay, where I spent a year and a half building all of your favourite Paw Patrol buildings in survival Minecraft. But Adventure Bay didn't always look like this. This is how it looked before I'd even placed the first blocks. I even had to remove half of this mountain for what eventually became the Paw Patrol Lookout Tower. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you don't want to watch the whole video, just leave it running in the background, because it really helps me out. And if you want to download and play in this Paw Patrol world, there is a link in the description, and at the end of the video, I will show you how to get your very own Paw Patrol Pups in Minecraft. So get some snacks, sit back, relax, and come with me on a Paw Patrol Minecraft journey, and how I built Adventure Bay in Minecraft. In order for me to dig out this entire base area, I needed to get myself a few beacons. So I was off to the nether to hunt down some wither skulls. After spending hours grinding the nether fortress for skulls, nearly dying to some angry zombie pigmen, finding the weirdest looking zombie pigmen I think I've ever seen, I eventually got myself the 12 skulls I needed to make the 4 beacons. Unfortunately, I happened to be having some connection issues at the time, and my rockets decided that they didn't want to work anymore. At first I thought it was kind of funny, but then it suddenly wasn't funny at all. In fact, it soon became a nightmare, and I ended up falling into the lava and losing everything. Gotta love that good old Aussie ping. Luckily, I was smart enough to put all my wither skulls in my ender chest, and I was able to start terraforming the base area. I started removing all the mountains near my farming areas that will eventually overlook Adventure Bay. I put together a few before and after shots, just so you can see how much work was involved in this. I have never attempted to dig out an area of this size before, and now that I've done it, I don't recommend it. I genuinely underestimated how long this task was going to take. These areas took over 6 weeks and about 2 to 3 hours per day to complete. Looking back, if I was to do something like this again, it would be much easier to build a mountain rather than remove a mountain. But at least I know that for next time. Next task was to build up the Paw Patrol trees all over these mountains, because it was looking a little too green with all this lime terracotta everywhere. There are 2 main trees in Paw Patrol: large, almost circular trees and thin, tall trees. I decided to build both of these types of trees in various sizes all over the mountain. I then built up the 2 massive trees that flank either side of the Paw Patrol tower. These trees are hollow and have a wooden deck running through the tree and also on both sides of the tree. So now that we're going full Paw Patrol this season, I thought it was about time that we changed our skin and got ourselves a rider uniform. So check it out. What do you guys think? Isn't it amazing? So if we jump into free cam, we can have a bit better look at the overall build, and I can get around a lot easier. So this is basically stage 1, guys. This platform sort of area up the top of the mountain here. I'm calling stage 1. It's not finished yet. Of course, we need the lookout tower, which we'll build up in just a moment. This is basically stage 1. Stage 2 is probably going to be the Adventure Bay big bridge that'll go from this area here over to somewhere here, I think. So we'll build that big Adventure Bay bridge, and I guess the beach area will go here, and that would be probably stage 2. And stage 3 will end up being the Adventure Bay city itself, which will be behind that sort of... The beach area will be here, and that city will be behind that area over here. I think it's looking pretty good so far. I'm very happy with the trees. They're very cartoony, of course, because Paw Patrol is a cartoon. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but I think the trees look pretty good from what I've seen from pictures and the TV show, of course, so I'm happy with it, and I hope you guys are liking it too, but we're not done. This, of course, is where the Paw Patrol Lookout Tower needs to go. Now, I think we better get cracking on that, don't you think? Let's build up the Paw Patrol Lookout Tower. Take a look at this. Is that the best Paw Patrol lookout tower you've ever seen, or what? I'm really stoked with this. It's turned out even better than I imagined. We do have one last thing that we need to add to the front, but let's take a look around at the build first and check it out. Now, if we take a look inside the tower, I guess eventually we will do the six pup vehicles eventually, maybe in the next episode or two. I haven't really built vehicles before, but I guess we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna have to learn, aren't I? So if we head on in, guys, it's empty. I haven't done an interior yet, but I guess we'll probably make it like the original and have some kind of elevator that swoops you up right up to the top. But in saying that, I haven't actually decided what I'm gonna put in here. I could put maybe a nether portal here, maybe a little bit of storage here, but if we jump into free cam, it's actually pretty empty up here as well, so it could be a potential storage system. I haven't decided yet, but up here is obviously going to be like the control room with all the gadgets and buttons and things like that for the Paw Patrol and for Ryder. If we fly up the top, I will show you guys the actual slide that goes down as well. So as I said, we'll make this the control room, maybe make the roof a little bit nicer, but it is a pretty good view. It's going to eventually overlook what's going to be Adventure Bay and the big bridge and things like that. So it's a beautiful sunset too, and it's I'm very happy with this, guys. It's been a long couple of months and a lot of work and a lot of digging. But if we head down this little slide here, it's I mean, you got to pretend it's Minecraft. But this is what they slide down. The pups slide down and eventually slide all the way down and jump into their vehicles at the end. But I thought just adding that makes it a little bit more realistic to the original. But it's actually quite difficult to do it in Minecraft. But then the pup would slide into their vehicle that'll eventually be here, and for the other 5 on the other side as well. Now we've also got these these areas that aren't quite lit up. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, so we've got these hollow trees where the pups could play and do some training or whatever they do. We've got one on this side and one on the other side, so they're quite big trees, keeping with the cartooned theme of all the other trees, like a bobby sort of half circle kind of tree. If I get into free cam, it's going to be easier to explain. So see, it's not quite a circle with the sun behind it. It's not quite a circle. I've sort of cut them off at the bottom because that's what the actual trees in Paw Patrol look like. But if we do walk around, guys, it's a lot bigger than what it looks like. As I said, it was a lot of work. You kind of almost have to fly around to, you know, sort of take it in that how big of a job this actually was of tearing down all those mountains all the way over to this side of the top of the mountain. But wowee, it was tons and tons of work, and I'm so glad it's finished. But if we just jump on here, guys, we have one last task that we need to complete. We have a mod on the server called Immersive Paintings, and I've created a painting here that's gonna absolutely set this off. So if I just jump in, check that out, guys. Check that out. How good does that look? That is just unreal. I am so happy with that. It just... Is that the best Paw Patrol tower ever, or what? With this build, guys, and I guess eventually the entire Adventure Bay, it's really important for me that I get the scale correct, or as close as I can in Minecraft. So I'm hoping by the time this build is complete, it's going to be the best Paw Patrol build that's ever been done in survival Minecraft. Welcome back to another episode, and we're kicking things off today back at the Paw Patrol tower that we built in the last episode. First things first, I wanted to mention that you might have noticed in the last episode that I wasn't using any shaders. Now I've found a shader that I'm actually quite happy with. The reason I wasn't using shaders in the last episode was oh, there goes the Aussie ping again. Was basically because all of this lime terracotta really, it just looked very shiny with all the shaders that I had previously been using. What's going on? No! Uh-oh. Things are a bit out of control. As I was saying, guys, so the other shaders that I was using previously made this terracotta look really, really shiny. So I've now found one that I'm actually quite happy with, and let's go into free cam. It's going to be easier. As you can see, it gives some shadowing effect because it is a shader, but it's kind of quite a light shader. It's not over the top kind of shader. If you go out into the ocean here, it gives that sort of ripple effect on the water, which I reckon looks really, really cool. But it's not over the top, so it's kind of like an in-between shader or a medium shader. I'm really quite happy with it. It's called Silder's Enhanced Default, and it's fancy, I think, is what I ended up going with. There's a fast and there's a fancy, and I think the fancy is what this one is. But back at the Paw Patrol Tower, guys, and it's still looking pretty cool, isn't it? I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to do an interior up the top here. We're going to do an interior down the bottom here, and we're also going to build up a like an elevator that shoots us right up to the top level of the tower. I think we also might rearrange this area here to be a bit more user-friendly, if you like. I had a few people in the comments of the last episode mention I should change this into a railway track and actually have it, have it functional. So I'm going to try and see what I can do with that as well. So make the slide an actual functional slide. And after we do that, guys, so that's step one. After we do that, we're going to actually build up some Paw Patrol vehicles in these little sections here at the bottom of the tower. So that's what we've got plans for today. And if we get time, we may even go out on a little wander and see if we can find ourselves some Paw Patrol pups. I think I remember seeing a couple of pups out on that little island over there. So that's the plan for today, and I think what we might do first off is make a start on this elevator here. Now, I'm okay with redstone. Well, just okay. Enough to get me into trouble anyway. But there's a lot of really, really smart people out there that know a lot more about redstone than what I do. So I'm going to try and find a tutorial for like a 3x3 piston elevator something. So leave it with me, guys. I'll try and find something and we'll make a start on an elevator build. Alright, so we have an interior of this bottom section of the tower now, guys, and I got the color scheme off a few pictures that I saw online of the bottom of the Paw Patrol tower, and it's a 3x3 piston elevator that sends us right up to the top. I've also put a nether portal at the back there, which hooks us up to the nether roof, which is nice. Now, this structure I saw in some of the photos, it's just like a frame with glass on either side, but I needed it sort of a bit more open so I could have an entranceway on this side and a button to send us up to the top on the other side. So if I hit this button here, it's going to send us right up to the top. And there we are. So I guess next thing on the agenda, guys, is to do an interior for this top level. And as I was saying before, I'm going to redesign this area here and the slide that goes all the way down. So we'll do that as well. But first things first, let's get to this interior of the control tower. All right, so we now have an interior, guys. What do you think? We have the big TV screen here with all the little control panel in front. So the pups come up the elevator, and this is where Ryder stands in front of him and says, "Thanks for coming so quickly, pups." So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I really like how that's turned out. We also have a little couch area here with a couple of chairs and a table. Judging by the pics that I could see online, that's as close as I could kind of get it in Minecraft. It had like a purple sort of rug, and I think that looks okay too. So, yeah, I've obviously also rearranged the slide that goes down around the tower as well. If we actually jump on over here, we've got a little thing that comes out here, a little, what do you call it, little minecart, and then we can jump in here, and we can take a ride all the way down the slide now, which is pretty awesome. So thanks for the guys that commented in the last video and gave me this as an idea, because it's so much better than just walking down the slide. I absolutely love it, and it works a treat. Okay, so we'll get stuck into the vehicles now, guys. So we'll have to obviously build all 6 pup vehicles in these sections around the tower. But I'm also thinking that I will build up the Paw Patroller, like the big truck thing that they drive around in. So I'm hoping I've got enough room for all of those. So I guess we're about to find out. I'm not very good at vehicles, guys, but I'm going to give it a good old crack, and we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, so we now have the 6 Paw Patrol Pup vehicles. Now, some of these are diagonal builds, and diagonal builds are hard. They really, really are. Vehicle builds are hard enough, but diagonal vehicle builds, very, very hard. So we've obviously got this one, which is Chase's sort of police car that he drives around in. I think it looks fairly cool. I've also added these immersive paintings with their Paw Patrol badges on them, which we'll go around and have a look at. But yeah, look, I think I've done pretty good considering it is a diagonal build, and I'm not very good at vehicles at all. Moving on to Marshall's fire truck. This one came out pretty cool as well, I think, considering it's a diagonal build as well. Pretty, you know, pretty small vehicles, I guess. Because I didn't want to build them too big because of the area, I guess. I think they're big enough to put a little pup in there. And if we move on to Rubble's one next, and yeah, his little, I guess, what is it, a bulldozer that he drives around in. I think that looks fairly cool. Also, his back, oh, hello, sir. Also, Rubble's little badge there with the drill that he has on the back of the bulldozer, or I think that's a bulldozer. I'm not too sure, to be honest. Now we've got Zoomer's hovercraft, I guess it is. This looks fairly cool as well. This one was probably the easiest one to build, considering, you know, how simple it is to look at. It's still, excuse me, mate. I'm trying to record here, bud. Thank you. Considering it's still, you know, considering it's a diagonal build, it was still fairly easy, this one, because of how basic it was. So yeah, so that's Zoomer's hovercraft. We've got Rocky up next, which is his sort of recycling van that he's got the forklift kind of what are those things called, the 2 forklifty things that come out the front. If I jump into free cam, we've also got this sort of what do you call it, like a bin, you know, like a recycling bin that lifts its lid up at the back here, where you put rubbish and things, or whatever he does, whatever Rocky does with his van. But I think that looks pretty cool. That was fairly difficult because it was a diagonal build, but I think all in all it turned out okay. Moving on to Sky's helicopter, which is the last little one that I did. So I think that's probably my favorite, to be honest. I really like the purple blocks, and obviously her little helicopter badge as well. Yeah, this one is probably my favorite, given the fact that it's not a diagonal build as well. It just looks better in Minecraft. I was thinking I'd do the helicopter propellers on a diagonal, but decided to go straight like that, and I think it looks fairly cool. One more thing I did forget to do earlier, guys, was add the Paw Patrol badges up to the control panel up the top here, and I think that looks a lot better now that we've got the 6 pup badges on top of the control panel up here. So we've got one more build to do here, guys, and that is the Paw Patroller. Now, I'm hoping I've left enough room to build it just at the back of the tower just here. I'm hoping so anyway. So let's get stuck into that right now. And there we have it, the Paw Patroller. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm happy. I'm pretty happy. Now, it is actually rather difficult to get a lot of detail in a build that's got, you know, like the bright concrete contrast type colors. So it's not very detailed. Obviously, it's not very detailed, but I think it still looks pretty cool. I guess it's supposed to look better potentially from a distance, maybe? If we head back, way back. It does, oh, not that far back. It does look better from a distance. And the closer you get to it, it starts to look very Minecrafty, blocky. But I'm pretty happy with it. Let's head inside and I'll show you what I've done as far as the interior goes. It's pretty close to what I've found with some pictures online. It's got like a TV at the back here, a little spot in the middle here where the pups sit, and obviously Ryder sits here. And what's that robot dog's name that drives the Paw Patroller again? Robo-Dog. That's who drives the the Paw Patroller. Robo-Dog would sit there, Ryder would sit here, and the pups would sit back here. You know, a few buttons and things. I think it's pretty close as what you can get in Minecraft, I guess. But before we end this episode, guys, we've got one last thing we need to do, and that involves going over to this island over here, which I believe has a couple of pups on it. Now, where are they? Ah, there's one, and I think there's the other one there. All right, so I think if we've got some bones here, we can get ourselves couple of... Oh, first try. Hey, buddy. Do you want to be one of the Paw Patrol? Yes, you do, don't you? All right, let's get the other one over here. We'll start breeding up some pups. Now, where was that? Where was your friend? Here you are, buddy. All right, see if we can get him first try. Nope. 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 Yay! All right, dude. Do you want to be one of the Paw Patrol? Yes, you do, don't you? Oh, you're so cute. All right, dudes, let's head over to the Paw Patroller. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, I've installed Fresh Animations, the mod Fresh Animations, and I basically just did it because of the pups, how they can lie down and they can sit. It just looks better than, you know, default vanilla Minecraft. So I hope you guys don't mind, but I think it looks so much better when they're doing kind of pup looking things and dog looking things. So that's cool. Now I do need to get a couple more, don't I? So let's breed up a couple. Oops. Let's breed up a couple. Shift? No? How do I breed you guys? Okay. So I've got some rotten flesh now. I'm pretty sure that's gonna breed these dogs. But I was actually thinking we head up to the top of the tower. That's where you guys should be born, don't you think? Let's head up here and hopefully you guys can fly. Can you fly? Yes. Hey, your beauty. All right, so you guys can sit over here. Over here. Come on. Over here. That's it. All right, sit. Come on, you come over here too. Come on. There you go. Yeah. Oh. There you go. Not on the control tower. Alright, so I'm pretty sure if I do that and that. Yeah, there we go. Maybe you can see. Yeah, there we go. I've so done this before. Can't you tell? Alright, so is that one tamed? Yeah, that one's tamed now. Okay. Can I do it again? No, I can't. Okay. We're just going to have to wait. Okay, so there you have it. We've got all 6 pups now, but I thought we could do something a little bit extra special for these guys. So we have a few custom skins that we need to give these guys, and Chase is absolutely amazing, and he has a black collar. So there's Chase. Hello, Chase. Welcome to the Paw Patrol. Next we have, sorry, that's not Chase. What have I done? Forget I did that. Excuse me, Chase. Yep. Sorry, Chase. Marshall has a yellow collar, don't you, Marshall? There's your yellow collar, Marshall. And next we have Zuma, which is there, and he has a blue collar. Hello, Zuma. looking fancy. Next we have Rubble, which he has a grey collar. Hello, Rubble. Aren't these looking amazing? It's so good. Next we have Rocky, and he has an orange collar. Hello, Rocky. And of course, last but not least, we have Sky, who has a white collar. So there we have it, the 6 Paw Patrol pups ready for action. And welcome to the Paw Patrol, everybody. It's so good. I love how these guys turned out. I love it so much. Well, this was a pretty fun episode to make, guys. We've built the interior for the tower. We've built the big elevator that goes to the top. We've got the top of the control tower. We've also built all 6 Paw Patrol pup vehicles. And of course, the Paw Patroller. I think this all looks pretty cool, guys. And I am stoked with how this turned out. And I'm not the best at vehicles. Clearly not. Some of these aren't too good. But it's the best I can do. And especially because they were built on diagonals. It made it that little bit more difficult. But let me know what you think of the vehicles, guys, and the Paw Patroller and the interior and everything like that. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with it, and I hope you guys are too. Next time, I think we might work on the actual city down Adventure Bay. We might get stuck into that. I reckon we're pretty much done with this area. As I said last week, this is pretty much stage 1, and I think now that we've done the vehicles and the towers complete, I think that's stage 1 complete. So in the next episode, I think we might start on the bridge, perhaps. The bridge that goes right across to this area of the what eventually is going to be the bay down here. So that might be the next thing that we get started on in the next episode. Welcome back to another episode, and we are back here at the Paw Patrol Tower, where we built up the 6 Paw Patrol pup vehicles and the Paw Patroller in the last episode. And you know what? I've just noticed that someone's driving the Paw Patroller. We better go check that out. But before we do that, let's check out the vehicles again that we built up in the last episode. We've got Zoomer's hovercraft here. We've got Rubble's bulldozer here, which looks pretty cool. Of course, we've got Marshall's fire truck, which is a diagonal build. And yeah, I think they came up okay. I'm pretty happy with them. Of course, we've got Chase's police vehicle on the other corner at the front of the tower here. We've also got Sky's little helicopter, which is still probably my favorite, I think. I think that looks really, really cool. And of course, we've got Rocky's recycling bin truck thing that he drives around in. Okay, so in the Paw Patroller, guys, I can see that someone has... Yep, of course. So, if you didn't know, we're playing a little game on the server called Where's Wally, or Waldo, if you live in America. I think that's where they call it, Waldo. So in Australia, we call it Wally. So I'm going to call and refer to this as Where's Wally. I was watching Martin's episode the other day, and he said he was going to hide it in my base, and I finally found it. So Wally's been driving the Paw Patroller this whole time. So hello, Wally. You're looking pretty fancy there in your get-up, in your gear. We might leave him there for a little while because he looks pretty cool driving the Paw Patroller. But later on in the episode, we will find a nice new hiding spot for Wally. Okay, guys, before we get to today's build, and I've got a fairly big project that I've got planned for today, I do have a bit of a change or a bit of a surprise or an update from the last episode. If we head on up to the top of the tower, where the pups still are, hopefully. Yeah, they're still here. Fantastic. Now, on the server, we've got a mod called Forever Babies, and I was going to take advantage of that and get the pups. Oh, they're not really pups, are they? They're sort of dogs at the moment. So I'm going to get the pups into actual pup form. So check this out, guys. We have a mod on the server called Forever Babies, and if you name a mob baby, it turns into the tiny baby version of the mob. Oh, actually, I get the name tag back. That's fine. And so now it's going to be forever in its pup form. So now we can change it back to Marshall, and Marshall is now going to be an actual pup. How cute is that? So we're going to do this to all of the guys here. So we'll Chaser's now a baby, Zoomer's now a baby, Rubble's now a baby, Rocky's a baby, and Sky's back to their pup form. And if we go through and do this, Chaser's now... How adorable are these little guys? Zoomer is now a pup form as well. Oh, this is the best. Rocky, Sky. So we have Rubble, who's now a baby pup, Rocky, and of course, Sky. Now, how good is that? The Paw Patrol are actually pups now. Not just dogs, they're pups. That is fantastic, guys. I'm loving that. I hope you guys enjoyed that too, because now they're going to be pups for the entire season. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you guys up here for a little while because I have to do some building down in Adventure Bay and I want you guys to be safe. I'm going to leave you guys here for a little while. You just look after everything, okay? Okay, so today's episode, guys, we're going to be doing a fair bit of work down in Adventure Bay. And as you can see, I have a few beacons already set up and I've been doing a fair bit of terraforming, getting ready for the big build that I'm going to do today. So if I come around over here where all the resources are, and this is what I've been digging up basically, so it's, you know, just all the odds and ends that I've been gathering from digging up this big area. And if I jump into free cam, you can see that I've leveled off this entire area all across here. So today, I'm hoping that we'll get the Adventure Bay part built, where we've got the beach, and we've got the road and probably not much else. We'll build up this side of the bridge as well. And hopefully, if I get some time, I will build the actual bridge that connects this area of the Adventure Bay to the lookout tower over on this side. Okay, so we better get cracking on this build, guys, because this is going to take a little while. And the mobs have already started to... Oh, I'm going to... Oh, there's a... Oh my goodness! What is? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen one of them in a while. What? I'm clearly no good at Minecraft. I better have a sleep before I die. Okay, guys. So that's the plan. We're going to start building the Adventure Bay area itself and the Adventure Bay bridge that connects this part of the island across to the other side. But first up, I think we'll just build up the beach area. So let's get to it. This is really starting to come along. Check out the tower behind me, guys. How cool is this starting to look? Now, if we turn around, we now have Adventure Bay. Well, minus the giant bridge, of course. But we have Adventure Bay, guys. And this is really starting... Oh, I'm backwards in free cam. That's not good. So if we jump into free cam, guys, we have the three... I guess they're called boat jetties or boat docks. We have a straight one, which from the pictures I could tell, there was a big, long, straight one, and there was two that are on like a 45-degree kind of angle. So I've had to build these on an angle. I think they turned out okay. The closer you get, I think the more wonky they look. But if you head back out this way, guys, they start to look a lot better the further away you get. But I think copying the pictures that I saw, I think they turned out very, very cool. So I'm really quite happy with them. So as you can see, I've also got some umbrellas and some chairs that you would sit on the beach. I've got 2 over here and 4 over there. I've also built up like the like a lifeguard tower. I think I saw some in some of the pictures. I saw a lifeguard tower, so I've built that up. I think that looks pretty cool as well. obviously on this side, we've got this side of the bridge, which we will build up in just a second. But this land I had to build out. Obviously, this goes right around the corner here. And I think on this side of the bay, there's Katie's pet parlor and a few other like buildings on this side. But obviously, we'll get to that eventually, now that we've got some land mass to be able to start building on. But this is a little bit rough. This isn't probably going to be the final build, I suppose. This was just to get the kind of shape that I wanted with the road. And there are some other buildings that I will eventually build up along here. And obviously I'll have to take out some of this water eventually. But I think all in all, guys, so far so good. And I also obviously built a deck all the way around. From what I could tell in some of the pictures, there was a walkway all along the sand like this. So I think that's turned out pretty cool as well. So we have the road obviously coming back down from the top of the lookout tower all the way around, and eventually I think there's a road that will end up going out this way. Obviously next episode will probably start on the town hall area. That will be quite a large build in this sort of area here, but yeah, I think so far so good, as I said, guys. And I guess what we need to do now, if I jump back into my body, what we need to do now is start on the bridge. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to be super easy. I've got a feeling this is going to be more difficult than it actually seems, but I think once it's done, it's going to look incredible. So let's get stuck into it. Let's build up Adventure Bay Bridge. Now, before I show you guys the bridge, which looks amazing, by the way, I had a visit from Dave, our lovely neighbour, while I was building the bridge. So let's roll that clip and see what he's been up to. Hey, what's going on?
Okay, I have a favour to ask.
Okay.
I am going and asking everybody if they can give me a number of placeable blocks that I've got on a piece of paper in here. I low rolled for you. I'm very sorry. That could be annoying. And I'm going to build an interior out of that. I'm outsourcing my block choices for an interior.
Right. Okay. So
I need a number of placeable blocks.
Just 6 for an interior. Oh, I could be really mean, couldn't I?
Do you know what? Arrington just said the same thing.
Did he?
About being mean.
I have dirt on me at the moment.
I encourage it.
Can you put dirt in an interior, I wonder?
Well, I'm happy to leave you with the box and I can collect it at another time.
No, that's 6 blocks. I can do this in a second.
I mean, we're not exactly that far from, the main pilfering point.
Yeah, let's go check it out. Just
all right,
follow me.
Let's do it. I was here before and it was nighttime and a zombie came lumbering up at me and I flew home because I was frightened.
Well, this is the secret entrance.
I couldn't find this for the life of me.
And excuse the mess. I've got a bit going on at the moment. Next episode, I'm definitely going to do a storage room.
Me too. Or maybe the one after.
Yeah. All right, so 6 blocks, you reckon? This should be pretty easy. All right, so I think I'm going to be kind of nice, but I'm going to be kind of mean at the same time. I am going to give you a dirt block, because...
Okay, I can work with dirt, I think.
Okay, so I'll give you that. What else have we got in here? Oh, let's definitely do one of them. And
You sure have a lot of sweatshop workers.
I do. I haven't shown this on camera yet. There's a reason for that.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, try putting this into an interior. Huh. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, there you go. Check it out.
Awesome. Let's take a quick look. What have we got? It's okay. A piss. Okay.
That was my last one. I thought I'd be a little mean.
All right. No, I can.
You could make a table out of it.
Yeah.
Easy. Did someone give you a redstone block?
Well, I'm not that far through yet. We'll see what happens. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No worries.
Good to see you. And
Yeah,
I will,
see you.
I'll see you around.
Hopefully
Bye.
you forget where my secret entrance is.
I already have. Hang on. How do I get out of here? It's.
Yeah, good luck.
Aha.
Hey! Bye. See you, bud.
Ow.
Okay, one last thing before I forget. With Dave coming over and basically confessing that he's been stealing from my storage area this whole season, we might just pay him back by hiding Wally over at his base. So let's go do that right now. What do I do? Do I just do this? No? Hey, there we go. Now Dave lives just over the top of this mountain over here, and he is building his base based off of the video game Fallout, and as you can see, it's starting to come together and is looking absolutely amazing. Now, I believe we're still on the first rounds of hiding where's Wally, and on the first round, apparently, we have to just hide him in a, pretty easy to find location, so not too difficult. And then the second round of hiding Wally everywhere, we're going to make it a little bit more difficult on the second round. So I'm not obviously going to show this on camera. I'm going to go find a nice, easy enough space or spot for Dave to find Wally, and I'll meet you guys back over at the breach. Come on, guys. We've got to show everyone the breach. And how good does that look, guys? Bringing the lookout tower side of Adventure Bay all the way across to the other side. And it looks absolutely amazing. I love it. I couldn't be happier with it. If I jump into free cam, actually, it's probably going to be easier. As good as it looks, guys, it wasn't easy. I have to admit, this was quite difficult in the end to build in in survival. Especially these bits. That wasn't easy, building those wires. I think they'd come up pretty cool. They kind of look like wires if you go a fair way back. Up close, you can tell that they're iron bars, but this is Minecraft and we've got to do what we can. I also added a couple of trees on this side to sort of fill it out a little bit because it was looking pretty plain with all this lime terracotta everywhere and not much else. So obviously we will end up building some buildings on this side and potentially making this a little bit bigger on that side, but all in all, I think so far we are looking pretty good, and I'm super happy with how it's coming along so far. We do have one little problem over here though, guys. We're making an unintentional sort of mob farm underneath the bridge here on this side and on the other side. So I think we might need to light this area up a little bit because a couple of these guys came and blew me up a couple of times, which wasn't nice. They scared me when I was just building away, listening to some music, and these guys crept up behind me and went kaboom. But that's okay. It's all part of the game, I guess. So as the sun sets, guys, I think that might have to do it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a ton of fun making this, and it's really coming together. It's bringing the lookout side, the lookout build, I should say, and it's coming together with the bay and the beach, and now the breach. Welcome back to another episode, and we are hanging out with all the pups down here by Adventure Bay Beach that we built up in the last episode. How cool are these guys? They are the most adorable things I think I've ever seen. I'm just really enjoying hanging out with them, to be honest. Admiring our build from the last episode, this amazing beach area, and the bridge turned out pretty cool as well. I'm really loving how the areas have sort of come together now. We've got the beach area down here. Obviously the build that spans across from this side of the bay over towards the lookout tower. And of course we have, if we jump into free cam, of course we've got the road that brings us all the way down that we will eventually build up the entire town in this area at the back here. Now I'm going to have to sit you guys down here for a little while. So you guys sit back and relax for a minute. Just come back here. Can you sit? Sky, come back. Excuse me. Where are you off to? Sky, sit. Thank you. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've lost a pup. Ah, there you go. Marshall, excuse me. Hey, come back here. Marshall, excuse me. Okay, there we go. So if we head up to the tower up here, guys, you might have seen in the last episode, I showed my temporary storage area, I guess. Here where we've got our villagers in this little hidey hole down here. You might have seen the mess that we've accumulated over the many weeks we've been doing this season so far. And yeah, I think it's time, like we've got some terracotta in here, which is nice, which I will probably obviously eventually use with all the grass that, oh, they're empty pretty much. But no, we've basically got junk everywhere, as you can see, guys. It's a bit of a mess, and obviously we've got heaps of stuff in here, and it's just becoming a bit of an issue. So today, we're going to fix that. What we're going to do today is we're going to build up the Adventure Bay City Hall building over in the main area of the bay. And what that building's going to do, it's actually going to double as our storage system. I'm going to move up all this junk from this area and tidy this up and make it look a little bit nicer. Probably not going to do too much because I'm probably not going to show this on camera ever again. So if we head back out to Adventure Bay, guys, I will show you my little secret exit. I missed it. Hang on a second. I'll show you my secret exit, and let's try that again. So if we head on back out to Adventure Bay, guys, I'll show you my secret exit that I've been using out this doorway out there. Oh, it's very dark, isn't it? We better sleep first, actually, because I'm not very good at Minecraft. But if we head on down here, guys, I will explain what we're up to in today's episode. After I get this guy out of the way and that guy out of the way, maybe I'm okay at this game. So if we head on up here, guys, and now that there's no creepers that are going to explode on my face, let's jump out of our body. And today we are going to level off this little area here. We're going to fill in all this water, probably to say about here, all the way back to probably this tree line just here, and all the way across over to here. So we're talking a fairly large area that needs to be prepped before we can even start the City Hall build itself. I've been looking forward to this build for a little while now, guys. I think this is going to turn out really, really cool. So let's get cracking on that right now. Let's build up Adventure Bay's City Hall. The City Hall is now complete. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty cool. So let's use a couple of rockets to have a look to see what we've done, guys. And we've built a road all the way around the town hall, as you can see. We've built the big trees on either side of the town hall build itself, and all the lovely looking gardens on either side at the front here. All in all, I'm very, very happy. I'm really annoyed that Minecraft doesn't have a dark fence. That's my only complaint with this build, is the fences aren't exactly black. The dark oak the dark oak fences were used in some of these trees, so I couldn't exactly use them on the fence posts as well, unfortunately. But I've gone with the nether brick fences, and if you come back this far, they look pretty good. But as soon as you get up close to them, you can tell that they're not as dark as what they potentially should be. So that's probably my only complaint with the build so far. I want to show you, actually, if I come back here and I jump into free cam, because I'll show you the pattern on the floor a little bit better. If we zoom up here, you can see it's kind of a nice little sort of concretey kind of pattern with the paths and this central location at the front here where the little flower garden is. And this is probably my favorite part of the whole entire build. This is, of course, the Chickaletta gold statue that is out the front of the town hall or the city hall build. And I think that looks pretty cool. I'm very, very happy with that. These big trees along the side here, from what I can tell from the pictures, they sort of, this one was the taller one, and then it sort of gradually got smaller and smaller on the left hand and on the right hand sides there. As for the exterior, guys, it's got sort of a roped off section from what I can tell from the pictures, and of course I've sort of done that on the other side here, and the back of the build is fairly plain, but it still looks pretty cool. It's continued the theme of the quartz pillars on either side of the build. But if we jump back into our body and we head inside now, guys, and I'll show you what I've done for an interior, and I haven't done an interior yet. Just kidding. I will do one now though. I think I'm hoping there's no creepers that's going to fall on my head here. I haven't lit up the build. I think, yeah, what we'll do now is we'll build up an interior. What I think I need to do here, guys, I think I'll have the bottom floor, this area here as my storage area, and I'll try and find a way to get up to the second floor where Mayor Goodway's office can be. So that's what I'll be using this part a lot more. So I want to use this bottom floor as my storage, and I'll put all the chests that I need on either side. Well, not on either side, on the back wall here, I guess, maybe. It's going to be tight squeezed to somehow get a staircase up to the second floor there, but I guess we have a crack at it and see what we can come up with. So let's get stuck into that, and let's build up the interior at the City Hall. Okay, the interior is now done, guys, but it's been a while since I was over at the shopping district, so I thought I'd better come over to the tower and check out to see if we've had any sales in the bookshop of late, but, ooh, nice. So it's been a while. We might have a couple of diamonds. Yes, we do have a couple of diamonds. Hopefully we've got a couple. Ooh, some more diamonds. Do we have any more? Usually they're the three big... No, nothing in there. Oh, there was something in there. Okay. Usually they're the three big sellers, the unbreaking and the mending and silk touch, but there's probably the odd little bits in here and there. These full shulkers of stone and cobblestone aren't selling. I think Archie's selling them a bit cheaper over on the barge that he's got there. But what else we got? Probably got... No! I was about to say probably nothing else. Okay, so we're out of honeycomb. And that's probably about it. We're out of iron as well. Okay. Wow. Fantastic. All right, guys. So we got some diamonds, which is pretty exciting. But it's getting late IRL here, guys, and we're nearly out of iron. So what we might do is AFK overnight at the iron farm. That way we can stock back up on our iron supplies for the shop. And in the morning, I'll show you guys the interior of the City Hall build. What on earth? What? I know exactly who's done this. Welcome to Improved Skyblock. Love you, bye. Ooh, iron blocks, exactly what I needed. You know what? I know exactly who has done this. Before I went to bed last night, Martin was on. And I said to Martin, is it safe for me to AFK? And he said, of course, he's not even going to be online. And then he logged off, and you know what? He's got me a good one here. He's put me... How far am I up? 300. He's done a good job. Why have I got so much scaffolding? Okay, so he's got me up with fishing rods and scaffolding. Okay, I know exactly what he's done. I need to get him back, Dono. So if you've got any ideas on how to get this guy back, this isn't the first time he's got me. So I need to get him back really, really good so he doesn't do this again. So if you've got any ideas, leave them down in the comments. I love a good prank, and I haven't done one for a while, so it's time to prank Martin in the next episode. All right, I think that's enough of the shenanigans on Channel 64. Let's go check out the interior. Okay, so here on the bottom floor, guys, we have basically my storage area. It's nothing special. It's just a bunch of chests that I'm going to fill up with shulker boxes full of stuff. So it's not, it's not automated. Obviously, there's not enough room in this building to make it automated, but it's just going to be a simple storage area that I can grab all that stuff over in the villager trading area and just clean it up a bit and make it a little bit more tidy. So I've got a little bit of a potion making stand area here, and I can an anvil to enchant things if I need to. On the other end, I've got the cauldron where I throw my concrete powder into to make it into concrete. We've got a mod on the server that does that. You just throw a stack of concrete into a cauldron and it comes out. A stack of concrete powder into a cauldron and it comes out as a stack of concrete, which is nice. Now I've got two. Before I talk about these heads here, we've got two big, beautiful paintings using the immersive painting mod again, which I absolutely love. These are my two favorite builds of the season so far, guys. So this is, of course, the tower, which is the bookshop over in the shopping district, which is from episode 1, and I still love that build. I think it looks amazing. Also got the lookout tower, the Paw Patrol lookout tower, obviously up on the top of the hill up there that I can just see over there. Obviously, probably my favorite build so far, and the first build that we built in this mega build sort of area down in Adventure Bay down here. Now these heads, guys, we've got 14 heads of the current active content creators on the server at the moment. Obviously, we've got Errington, we've got Jess, we've got myself, Atomic Dave, Martin, which we need to get Martin back for the wee little prank he's just pulled on us. We've got Archie and we've got Mark as well. Over on this side, we've got Terrick, Loki, Peepawp, Duds, Liv, Binish, and Obni, of course. So there we have it with the bottom floor, guys. And as you can see, there's not a lot of room for us to put in a staircase to get up to the next level. So I've had to go with a water elevator to get ourselves up to the next level. And up here, of course, we have Mayor Goodway's office. And this is where Mayor Goodway would sit and and do her... Oh no, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. So this is where Mayor Goodway would sit and do all her mayoral duties from here. And so she's got a bit of a book there. She's got obviously Chickaletta, her favourite pet, and the statue that we've got just down there that you can just see. So this is Chickaletta's, a little Chickaletta statue. It's not her head. It's definitely not Chickaletta's head. It's just a statue. On this side, we've also got a painting using the immersive paintings mod again. Just a painting of Chickaletta, which is, taking up pride of place in Mayor Goodway's office. And on this side is just a painting of the City Hall build itself. So nice and plain up this level, guys. Just a few little details with a few pots and a couple of hanging pots and a beautiful chandelier made with the best chandelier block there is, a beacon. And here's the exit down this side. So there it is, guys. There is the build inside and out, and I think it's turned out great. I'm very, very happy. Come on, guys, let's go see the City Hall. You haven't seen it yet. You're gonna love it. It come out amazing. Let's go, guys. There it is, guys. The City Hall build, and I think it turned out great. I'm absolutely in love with it, and I'm sure the pups are too. So let's go check it out, guys. See if you like it. If you like it, bark. Don't all bark at once. If you like it, bark. Yay, there we go. Welcome back to another episode, and we are hanging out here with all the pups down at the City Hall that we built in the last episode. Now you may be able to tell from my voice that I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but we're going to push through and get stuck into another episode here in Adventure Bay. Oh, hello Rocky. Hello Sky, how are you today? If I jump into free cam, I'm absolutely stoked with how this town hall, city hall build turned out in the last episode, guys. I'm really happy with how the scale is coming along so far. The scale of, you know, the actual Adventure Bay from Paw Patrol and the scale that I'm building here in Minecraft. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. I think with the other builds that we've done, the lookout tower, the bridge, the bay itself, and now the city hall, I think I've got the scale pretty good, and I'm very happy with how it's turning out so far. Now, I've been doing a little bit in between episodes, guys, and I have been cleaning out my chest monster, I guess, up near the old villager trading hall up the other. You guys can come in too, I guess. Yeah, there we go. You guys can come in too. First time in the town hall, isn't it, guys? Very special. So I've been moving all my stuff and I've sorted it all out into these chests right here now, guys. And as you can see, I'm pretty organized now. So I know exactly where everything is when we need to gather materials for all the builds. So it's going to make it super easy for any future build plans that we have here in Adventure Bay. And I can't get out. Excuse me, Zoomer. Thank you. Oh, actually, you guys are going to have to get out of here. Come on, pups. Get out of here. Come on. Out of the city hall, please. Thank you. I might actually sit you guys down here because I'm going to be doing some fly. Come back here, Rocky. Seriously. Why is it so difficult? Zoom up. Oh my goodness. Alright, now I can close the doors. Okay, on to today's build. Let's head over here, guys, and I'll explain what we're going to do in today's episode. So here we are on the other side of the bridge, guys. So lookout tower on that side, obviously, all the way over on this side of the bay. And in today's episode, we're going to start a build in this corner here. If you're familiar with Paw Patrol, then you're going to know exactly what we're building today on this side of the bay. We're going to be building Katie's pet parlor. This is one of my favorite builds in Adventure Bay, and I have some ideas for this build, and I think you guys are going to really like how it turns out. So let's get into it. Let's build up Katie's pet parlor. Alright guys, what do we think? Pretty plain on the outside, I must admit, but I think it's looking pretty good so far. We still need to put the sign up the top, the dog and the cat sign that Katie has on the front of her shop. We'll do that a little bit later on though, but overall I think we've got the shape looking pretty good. I also added in some trees on this side and of course on the other side, and a hedge that goes all the way around the entire build itself. So some trees on this side, a little bush on here, but overall I think I've got the shape pretty well done from what I can tell from the pictures that I saw. And there's still a fair bit of room on the edge of the cliff here if we jump into free cam. It doesn't look out of place at all. I think I've done it as good as I can get it, and it does really suit this area on the other side of the bridge here, and I think it looks pretty great so far. And if we head inside, guys, we can see there's a fair bit of room. We can do some stuff with this interior. It looks pretty nice. As I said, it's very pink and very white so far, but we're going to change that in just a sec. We can put like a desk area here for Katie to take her orders. We can put the cat climbing area at the back here with the big sort of tree, I think it is, from what I can tell from the pictures. And of course, we need to put in like a bath and shower area for where she can groom all the dogs and all the cats, and especially the Paw Patrol. Okay, so the exterior is now done, guys. Now it's time to focus on the interior. So let's get stuck into that right now. Another wonderful day in Adventure Bay. Okay guys, so Katie's pet parlor is done. But before I show you guys the interior, we need to talk about Martin's skyblock prank from the last episode. So I did some digging guys, and it turns out Martin was actually streaming while he pranked me, and it's not the first time he's streamed pranking me, so I have actual proof, video proof, of Martin sending me up here to the sky. And I wanted to show you guys a quick clip of that before we talk about how we're going to get him back. Check this out.
Okay, anybody up for pranking Harwould?
Yeah, let's go get Harwould.
Yeah, should we do the
and then where's my
skyblock
bed?
prank?
Sure.
Poor Harwould. He actually asked me earlier today when he was going AFK, hey, is it safe to go AFK? And I'm like, sure, I'm gonna go offline anyway. And I did, and then I came back. Excellent. We're going all the way up. I have to leave. Okay, Died has to leave. We don't want to kill Harwould, we just want to confuse him. So, anyone remember what the skyblock island looks like? It looks like an L, but I don't know how wide it is. It's something like this, isn't it? And then it's like a chest and a tree. I think that's about it. Okay, so it does take a little bit of a time to set up, but honestly, doesn't all good pranks take a little bit of time to set up? It's so much more fun. Okay, we need a tree. Oh, I forgot the bone meal. Or maybe you will grow. We'll just put you here and you will grow by yourself, right? I know where there's a bed. I've been here before looking for hardwood. I know this is gonna come back to bite me eventually, but it'll be fun. See, I'm taking all the steps here of precaution to make sure we don't kill anybody today. I really, really, really hope I don't kill him. Hey, buddy. Okay, so this is the trick now where it's gonna be a pain to actually get a hold of Harwood here. Okay, let's see now. There we go. And then we have to go over here. And one more. And there we go. Now we're going somewhere. Okay, that should be good. And and boom. Oh, we're up at the clouds. Look, Harwood. I can see your base from here. Da da da. Hi, honey. Did you miss me? I am really enjoying myself right now. So we're gonna go all the way to the top for this one. And then we can just break scaffolding in case we need it. Let's go. Yes! Harwood is gonna have so much scaffolding in his inventory when we're done with this. And then we'll do the glass blocks here so we don't get phantoms. He's officially under glass. That's good. Tree, please grow. Okay, so we need a chest here. And we need some bone meal. Harwood, don't go anywhere, okay? You know what we're gonna do now? We are going to take the water out before we destroy anything down here. This is satisfying. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it doesn't even render anymore. Look at us cleaning up. Okay, back to Harwood. Let's fix the tree and the sign and the chest, and we are done. Oh, and we got the tree that we shouldn't have here. But you know what? This is improved skyblock. We'll even call it that. Ah, this is good. Do we put anything here? We'll put the fishing rods in here as a little calling card. There we go. Let's go home.
So there we have it, guys. Proof that it was Martin pranking me. But, you know what? He really did take good care of me while he was sending me 300 blocks in the sky. So I really can't be mad at him. But we can get even. Instead of getting both Martin and Died back, I thought it might be a better idea if I teamed up with Died to get Martin back. So let's clean up this so-called improved skyblock, and then we'll go meet up with Died by Fire over at Martin's base. Okay guys, so we're over at Martin's storage area, and I've enlisted the help of Died by Fire, who, as you saw in the earlier clip, did help Martin out a little bit in his prank to get me up in the skyblock island earlier. So thanks for helping me out, Died. We are going to get Martin back today, aren't we?
Absolutely.
So, what's our plan? We're going to make... So, apparently Martin doesn't really love cutesy
Oh,
things.
no.
Is that right?
He loves cutesy things. That's why we're doing this. We're super nice.
Oh, so we're going to be super nice to him. Oh, that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
super nice.
So, so what we got planned? So, Died's been amazing and we've made a few custom paintings of all the cutest motivational poster themed things you've ever seen. So I think the walls look a bit plain in here. So what we're going to do, we're going to dress up this base and make it look really cute. And Martin is absolutely going to love it. So let's get cracking on that, and we'll bring you guys back with the cutest storage area you've ever seen.
Woohoo! Welcome back, everybody, to the Room of Cute.
Check it out, guys. Will you have a look at this? So it is the Room of Cute. You're right, Dad. But tell us about what you've done here, Dad, because you are amazing. You've done pretty much all this. All this. I'll take some of the credit, but you've got to take it at least 95% of the credit for this one. Tell us about.
Well, thank you.
Tell us about all this. How is he going to like this? Do you think? I think he will, right?
I think he's going to both love it and hate it, because, all these wonderful, cheesy positivity posters, but they're all people from Channel 64.
Absolutely.
And so custom positivity posters.
Custom.
How could you hate that?
How could you hate that? So tell us what your favorite one is, because I've got a couple of favorites, but what do you
I
think?
do too. Oh, it's so hard to choose. I really like the nod to the fever dream here with Loki, the don't just dream it, be it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Kind of turtle.
I'll tell you
I
what
just
my
remember
favorite one
The
is.
disappointed sigh. What's
Yeah,
your
yeah,
favorite?
yeah. My favorite is this live, laugh, love one. I think that
Mhm.
it's
She's
the most
so cute.
yeah, but it's the most iconic motivational poster, and that's what it.
Mhm.
That's why it's the best one for me. But there's just so many good ones. We've got a couple of hanging there, Skyblock related ones to thank him for his prank on us,
Yeah,
or on
that's how
me,
this
I should say. Yeah, that's it. And we've also got, a little sign at the front here. I heard you like cute things. Thanks for the Skyblock prank. And of course, some armor stands of us two. And of course, the pups. Totally
Pups,
forgot about the
they're
pups.
so cute.
I've bought some pups over for him, and he can enjoy the pups as well. They aren't the real pups, guys, so don't be alarmed. They're the brothers and cousins of the actual Paw Patrol, and Martin can keep
Just
these
wearing
if
their
he likes.
uniforms.
Yeah, exactly. They've just got their own little uniforms on.
Yeah.
But that's it, guys. Like, I don't know. I really want to show you each and every single one of these, but there's just too many to go through, and they are absolutely amazing. Oh, actually, another one of my favorites is Mark's. How good. I believe
Oh,
in
yeah.
you. That is a ripper. But just
Well,
too
we gotta
many.
have a pun.
Yeah, there's a pun or two in there, but they're all amazing. And I hope he likes it. And thank you so much for helping me prank Martin, because I couldn't have done this without you, obviously. You were amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. I didn't know how any of this worked.
Well, we're a good team, so that's amazing. So,
Yes.
Martin, thank you so much, mate, and I hope you enjoy. And we've only done this for you, mate. It's because we love you, and I hope you really enjoy it. So, signing off from us. Thanks, Martin. Hope you like it.
Bye.
Now, I might be a little biased, but I think that might be the best Minecraft prank ever. Let me know what you guys think of the prank down in the comments, but that was pretty funny, wasn't it? I also wanted to show you guys all the posters from the prank, so I'm going to do that at the end of the video, so stick around for the end of the episode for that. Absolutely hilarious. I cannot wait to see Martin's reaction. Okay, guys, so let's check out the interior. As we head inside, guys, it looks like the pups are very, very keen to get a bath. So here we have it. Here's where Katie would do all her grooming. And I've got a couple of shampoo bottles and, little bits and bobs on the corner there. Some taps and some piping up and down. And obviously some taps for like shower nozzles and all sorts of Minecrafty things like that. Lots of purple, of course, because Katie's pet Parlor is lots of pink and lots of purple. So a nice little rug on the entranceway here. My favourite part of the build, actually, guys, and if we head up here, we actually have Katie's cat, Callie. Hi, Callie. You don't want to know how long it took me to find Callie. 16 villages I went to try and find Callie. Wasn't fun. But Callie's hanging out in the cat enclosure here, guys. So Callie would jump up here and somehow get into there. Sky? Did you just break a turtle egg? Sky! What are you doing? Get down from... Rocky, oh my goodness. We have a bit of an issue, guys. I'll have to fix that later. But Kelly's having heaps of fun in her cat enclosure here, guys, and she's just going to spend the rest of her days up in there, I think. Rocky, are you kidding me? Guys, it's a brand new interior and you're wrecking it. Oh my goodness. They may be cute, but they're a handful. We have Katie's desk here, guys, where she would sit and take orders on the computer here. Rocky, what are you doing? These guys are unbelievable. The computer screen looks pretty cool, doesn't it, guys? It's another immersive paintings special, that one, and the pups are crawling all over me. But I think that looks really, really cool. From what I could tell in the pictures, she had a purple computer, so that's the best I could get in Minecraft. Fairly plain interior, guys. Very pink on the outside and double walled, as you can see. So we've got pink on the outside and we've got purple on the inside, or light blue terracotta to be precise, but it's basically purple, isn't it? So there we have it, guys, the interior of Katie's pet parlor, and I'll tell you what, it turned out really, really cool. Now we do have one last job to do, guys, and that involves putting the Katie's pet parlor sign out the front here. So how am I going to do that with you monsters? Let's just see what happens. Let's just fly on up here, and they're probably going to follow me, I guess. Yep, pups are on the roof. Yep. Very, very safe here in Adventure Bay. Okay, so as the dogs have a bit of a play on Katie's pet parlor's roof, let's put up the sign, guys. Now, I think this turned out really, really cool, so check this out. We have the Katie's pet parlor sign. So if I jump into FreeCam to show you guys this, how cool does that look? All right, if we jump on down, guys, and have a look from down here. Oh, wow. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it, pups? I'm stoked. I'm absolutely stoked. Welcome back to another episode, and we're hanging out the front of Katie's pet parlor that we built up in the last episode. Just hanging out with the pups and trying to stop them getting into some mischief. Adventure Bay is really starting to come together now, guys. Now that we have a build on this side of the bay, the pet parlor itself turned out pretty nice, I think, but once it's sitting here pretty much all alone, looking fairly pink, but I think once we start to get some builds just in this area down here, it's going to start to really come together and it's going to start to look like Adventure Bay. The City Hall looks pretty cool from this side of the bay, and of course we've got a pretty awesome view looking across the bridge towards the lookout tower on the other side of the bay. Now we will head over there in just a sec because I've added another vehicle. You might be able to see it just there. I've added another vehicle which I think you guys will really like. So we'll head over there in just a sec. But before we do that, let's check out the interior of the pet parlor that we did in the last episode. Wait, pups, before we go inside, do you guys promise not to break anything? Okay, I'm trusting you guys to not break anything. Okay, Sky? Okay, if we head inside, guys, of course we've got the bathing area here where it looks like the pups are eager and ready to go. We've got Katie's desk here where she, works on the computer and answers the phone and such. And of course, are you kidding me, Chase? I was about to say I've put some turtle eggs back here and hopefully, I guess we'll see how long they last. What are you guys doing? Playing, what on earth is happening here? Unbelievable. Why did I trust you that you were gonna behave yourselves in here? Fair dinkum, honestly. Anyway, what I was about to say before... Rocky, as I was saying, Kelly's taking care of the shop, I guess, because Kelly... Chase, are you going to pay for that? For the third time, what I was about to say was, Kelly's here hanging out in her play tree area, looking after the shop, answering the phones and taking customer orders and all that sort of thing. Absolutely doing a great job. Thank you, Kelly. I do appreciate all the work you've been doing here, and I'll get rid of these pups right now so they don't break anything else. Thanks, Kelly. We'll see you later. Now let's head over to the tower because I've built up another vehicle that I think you guys are really gonna like. Okay, so there it is, guys. It's Ryder's ATV, of course. Now, I had a few people commenting that I should build Ryder's ATV, and there it is. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty cool. He's got his own little pup rider bags at the front there. It's very difficult to get it perfect, I guess, because there's no, well, this color, Chase's color, for instance, there's no dark blue slabs in Minecraft, unfortunately. I wish there was, like that sort of concretey slab, that'd be amazing. And then you get the colors a little bit better, but I think for now, I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. I probably should have built it when I did these ones up here. Probably should have just put it in. But as I said, I had a few people commenting that I should build right as ATV, and here it is. And I think it looks pretty cool. What are you doing under there, Sky? These pups are driving me nuts. Okay, so on to today's build. We're going to start down in this side of the bay because it's starting to look a wee bit bare down here. So today, we're going to be building Mr. Porter's restaurant. A very popular destination in the TV show, and I hope we can make it really cool for you guys. So let's stop talking about it and let's just get stuck into it. Let's build up Mr. Porter's restaurant. Alright, there we go, guys. What do we think? Not bad. I'm pretty happy with it. So, first off, I did contemplate building this on an angle, sort of that follows the road around here up into the lookout up that way, but I ended up building it straight, just across. So, I'm glad I did, because building things on an angle can be quite difficult. So let's have a bit of a look here. So we've got, hey wait, you guys don't eat cake, do you? So we've got a couple of cakes out the front, a light source just to light up this area because it was quite dark. So I do want most of the bay to become, I guess, spawn-proof, if you like. I don't mind about all this area up here behind the trees and such. I don't mind if that's spawnable, don't mind at all. But this sort of full, all along the town area, I guess, I do want to be spawn-proof. So that's why there's a light source here. So some cakes out the front. Obviously, Mr. Porter's restaurant, he sells, you know, fruit and vegetables out the front sometimes. So we've got some melons and pumpkins there for sale. We've also got the little cubby house that we've got on the side of the restaurant here, which there's absolutely nothing up the top, but here we go. I'll show you that there's nothing in here. I ended up going with the dark blue and the light blue concrete with obviously the wood, and I think it looks pretty cool. It's the closest I could get. This is probably the most difficult part about the build, to be honest, getting the cubby house right. But if we head on over the other side out here, guys, to the sort of the eating area where we've got the tables and chairs here with an umbrella, of course. This is where all the customers would sit and have some lunch. Yeah, and the pattern on the ground, it was pretty much the closest I could get from what I could tell from the pictures. I think it looks pretty cool, sort of an orange, a yellow and purple sort of pattern on the floor from what I could tell from the pictures. So that looks pretty cool. So if we head inside now, guys, we can see that I've got a fair bit of room in here. So I think this should be enough for what we need to do. Of course, we're going to have enough room for a kitchen and maybe I'm thinking like a pizza oven area just here. Now, I couldn't actually find many pictures of the interior of the restaurant online, so I'm pretty much going to be making this up as I go. So let's get into that right now. Alright, guys. What the? You guys been swimming? You all been for a swim? Oh, that's fantastic. Good job. The interior is now done, guys. But before I show you that, I did want to explain. I didn't show the road behind the restaurant just before, so I did want to show you guys that and explain, I guess, what we'll be doing at the back here in the next couple of episodes. So obviously we've got the road, the main road that goes along the beach area there, and we've just built a road basically around the restaurant here. Now, eventually, I think this road will continue off and maybe on top of this hill, or maybe on top of this hill. If I get time, I will eventually build Farmer Yui's farm. So we'll see how we go with that, but hopefully I get some time. We'll see how we go. Still lots of projects to do in the main area here before we even think about stuff like that. But yeah, eventually there will be some more shops. I think they're shops, or they could be houses. I'm not too sure. That we'll build along this area here. And also over here we'll build, I think, probably in the next episode, actually, to balance it out. Now that we've got some more builds over on this side, maybe in the next episode we might start working on the lemonade stand, which is probably going to come somewhere here, I'd say. Obviously some more shops or houses on this side as well. But let's head back over to the restaurant and I'll show you guys the interior. If we jump back into our body, here's the interior, guys. We've got a pizza oven in the middle here with a beautiful hot pizza that's just come out. That is so funny. You guys, did you guys even go for a swim? What? No! Hey, Marshall, please. Okay. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, Rubble. I can't take you guys anywhere. What? Just stop making a mess. You guys are unbelievable. You just can't have nice things, can you? With 6 pups jumping around and ruining everything. As I was saying, guys, we've got a few little things to look at in here. We've got obviously some. I did have a little cherry bush, which would be maybe a tomato bush. We'll call that a tomato bush, with some tomato and bread that Mr. Porter would be making some food for his customers. We've got some pots and pans on top of the fridge. And in the... Okay, now I've found where the pups are getting wet. That's interesting. Are you right, Zimmer? I didn't think you liked water. What's going on there? Or is that Rocky, maybe? And on this side, we've got a cake and some cookies and some pups being very naughty. Obviously some, meats and things that Mr. Porter would be, making his food with. So under here, we've got a stove that's cooking something with some steam coming out. A little coffee machine, which we probably should put some coffee in there, but right now it's brewing nothing. Now tell me what you guys think about the pots and pans, because I don't mind the pots and pans. I think they're a little bit different. They're a little bit big. I wish they could be smaller, but for now I'm pretty happy with the interior. Welcome back to another episode, and we're out the front of Mr. Porter's restaurant that we built up in the last episode, and I'll jump into free cam very carefully because I don't want to spoil a build that we did in between episodes just over there. So we won't show that just yet. Some really nice feedback in the comments about the restaurant, guys. You guys seem to really like the build, which is fantastic. I think it turned out really cool. The one thing I thought about was this fruit stand here. Now, I saw a few pictures after I finished the build and most of the pictures were like a red apple, but I decided to make it a watermelon in the end, which is a bit more Minecrafty if you like. But let me know what you think. I can change it over to a red apple instead if you guys think that would be better for the build, I guess. Now, if we jump back into our body and not look over to my left, if we take a look inside, guys, I really love how this... Oh, actually, before we go, please try not to break anything or hurt yourself on the bushes or anything like that. Okay, pups? That would be great. Now, I do love how this interior turned out, guys. The pots, unfortunately, need to be waxed, and I keep forgetting to do that, but I'll do that in a moment. The pizza oven is what I wanted to talk about, guys. Every time I look at this pizza oven, it kind of makes me hungry, which I guess that means that I did a good job, right? I guess that's what that means. Oh no! Who's getting hurt? What? was that? What happened? Seriously? Okay. This is not worth it, guys. You guys are so much trouble, and why do I bring you inside the shops? Okay, this is the last time you guys are getting in here, I swear. Not happening next time. You're too much trouble, little pups. Now, before we talk about what we're going to get up to today, guys, I had some comments in the last episode asking if I was going to build the town water tower. And I thought that was a really, really good idea. So I decided to build it in between episodes. So here it is, guys. Adventure Bay water tower. I think it turned out quite nice. This area was a bit plain before, and I dug away at the mountain a little bit and moved it back a wee bit. Now, the servers have been updated to 1.21 actually, and this is my first time playing around with the copper trapdoors and the new copper variant blocks, which is really cool. The grate, and I think it's called the grate, I'm not sure, and all those sorts of those new blocks. So this is my first time playing around with that, and the tough blocks as well, the polished tough. It's a really small build. That's why I decided to build it in between episodes, because it's just a little build. It didn't take too long at all. But now with this in this area here, it's starting to really fill out this side of the bay, and it looks really cool from a distance. Not so much as you get up close. You can tell with these, quite blocky and square, and but as you keep going back, it really does look like the water tower from the TV show. It is hard to get some of the finer details in some of these Paw Patrol buildings, but all in all, I think it turned out pretty nicely. As the sun sets, check out Adventure Bay, guys. It's really looking cool, isn't it? We've got the tower up the top there, the bridge, Katie's pet parlor, City Hall, Mr. Porter's restaurant, and now the water tower. And I think this is really looking amazing. It's something, to be honest, every time I log into the server, I feel like I'm in a Paw Patrol episode. It's really looking great. I love it. Bring on the next build, I say. Okay, on to today's build, guys. Now, today we're going to start building on this area of the bay down here. And I've got some shulker boxes set up, ready to rock and roll. Now, on this side of the bay, just so we can get a little bit of symmetry, we've built on that side, and now let's sort of make some builds on this side. As I said in the last episode, we've got some houses or shops to build along here, and we've got the lemonade stand area to build here, and eventually the railway station, and a few shops over there, and more shops over there, and the museum. So still lots and lots of builds to come, guys. But today we are going to be building the lemonade stand. We will also build the buildings surrounding the lemonade stand here, just so it doesn't look a little bit out of place, I guess. We'll build this entire block of builds just in this area here. Now, unfortunately, these buildings, I think, are going to have to follow the curve of the road. So they're going to be on a diagonal. So this is going to be quite fun, or quite, I don't know what the word is. It's not going to be fun. It's definitely not going to be fun. So that is going to make it a little bit more difficult than the average building. But I'm ready to give it a go. I think I'm up for the challenge. So let's stop talking about it and let's get stuck into it. Let's build up the lemonade stand. Okay, so I just logged back into the server to show you guys the build, and it looks like we've had some visitors. Take a look at this. What's going on there? So what do we have here? We've got, if I had to guess, I reckon this has to be a prank from Live Awesome. So yeah, we do have some signs. Here we go. Drop. Oh, that's pretty good. Drop bears, of course, aren't real. Okay, so drop bears are a bit of a myth. A lot of people that don't live in Australia think drop bears are real creatures that live in Australia that like koalas, and they drop out of trees and attack people and things like that. They're not real. Trust me, they're not real. But this is very, this is very good. I like this. I'm betcha this is Liv. This is for the noise machine back in November. Ah, that's right. That was in like episode 4, I think. Remember, guys, when we pranked Liv and Tarek with the Wandering Trader prank with the noise blocks underneath their base, and they were making random noises like Wandering Traders? That was pretty funny. Now, what are we going to do with these guys? I have no idea what I'm going to do with my drop bears. I have 5 drop bears now. That's pretty cool. If you guys have got any ideas, let me know what we can do with these guys down in the comments. Oh, and these turtles as well, guys. These guys turned up when we updated the server to 1.21. So they've come out, literally come out of nowhere. So I guess they can stay here. I mean, they're saying that this is their beach. So I guess you guys can stay here as well. Welcome to Adventure Bay. Okay, so onto the build, guys. What do we think? A lemonade stand and some buildings that complement this sort of area of the bay as well. Firstly, on these buildings, guys, it's really quite difficult to build it on an angle. I can't stress that enough. It's not anything like building squares in Minecraft. It's actually really quite difficult to get it right and to make it look good close up as well as far away. If anyone says that building on angles is really easy, they are kidding themselves. This was actually really quite hard. If we head on around the back here, I really like how they turned out. They look quite good considering they are built on an angle. I did decide to go with frog lights behind the light blue glass windows. I think that's the closest color that I could get to the actual color of the windows in the TV show. I think that looks really cool. It's a little bit bright. I'm interested to see what it looks like at nighttime, but I think further away, like everything else, it looks pretty good the further away you get. So that's okay. I'm still happy with that. And as I said, difficult because they are built on an angle, as you can see, just following the curve of the actual main road here in Adventure Bay. Now the lemonade stand itself, yeah, I'm very, very happy with how this has turned out, considering, of course, it's on an angle as well. Am I 100% happy with the lemonade cup on the roof? No, I'm not. I'm not 100% happy with the cup, to be honest. It was this by far the most difficult part of the build. The cup itself is on like a 60-degree angle. Obviously a 60-degree angle if you look at it from this side, a 60-degree angle. And obviously with orange and white stripes coming down the side of the lemonade cup itself. So the building's on an angle and the cup itself is on an angle. I mean, it was never going to look perfect. But the further away you get, the better it does look. It kind of starts to look like a lemonade cup. Maybe you have to go really, really far away. But I mean, honestly, guys, it's the best I think I can get considering we're working in Minecraft. And the straw, obviously I can't get it on the right angle. It's super difficult to get right on this small scale, but all in all, I think I'm pretty happy with it, except for the cup itself on the top. I'm just going to have to get over the fact that it's not perfect, and it's never going to be, and just move on. The interior itself, a fair bit of space to work with, guys. I'm pretty happy with this. Now, I couldn't actually find any reference images online of the actual Paw Patrol lemonade stand, so we're going to have to come up with this all by ourselves, so that could get interesting. But let's do that right now. Okay, pups, now I know I said I wasn't going to let you guys come into the shops anymore, but surely there's nothing inside this one that you guys can break, right? I hope you're going to be on your best behavior. Alright, you guys can come in. Alright, so here we have it, guys, the lemonade shop interior. I think this one turned out really cool. It's very, very lemony, very limey, and my favourite part is, of course, these pictures at the back here. Now, We have a new mod now that we're up to 1.21, and it's called Signed Paintings. It's basically the new version of immersive paintings, which is a mod that unfortunately hasn't been updated to 1.21 yet. So I think they look very, very cool. You can basically get an image and put it on a sign, which is really, really cool. If we head around the back here, of course we've got our... I don't know how you guys got around here, but anyway. Of course, we've got a little lemon tree that's growing lemons for us to make lemonade. We've got some lemons on the back benches here that are getting cut up and made into lemonade. We have a big fridge here and a water tower. Of course, a double water tower on the other side here. Very, very cool, I think, guys. What do you guys think of the interior? I think it looks like a lemonade stand. I don't really know. Excuse me, Sky. Don't really know what a lemonade stand looks like. Honestly, it's not really a thing in Australia. We don't have lemonade shops or anything like that. But from what I can tell from pictures online that I found of lemonade shops, I think it looks pretty cool. And I'm very, very happy with how it's turned out. And there we have it, guys. The lemonade stand is complete. As I said earlier, these buildings were a little bit more difficult to build because of the angle, especially the lemonade cup on the top of the lemonade stand. But now that it's done, I think it looks fantastic, and I hope you all like it as well. In the next couple of episodes, I think we might start working on the buildings along Katie's pet parlor in this area of the bay here, guys. We need to also work on some buildings behind Mr. Porter's restaurant here, and of course the museum we'll have to try and fit in here as well. I think there's also buildings behind the City Hall area here as well, so still lots to do, you guys, but we're getting there. It's slowly getting there, and it's starting to look awesome. Welcome back to another episode, and we are out the front of the lemonade stand that we built up in the last episode. Now, in the last episode, you might remember that I wasn't 100% happy with the lemonade cup on the roof, but I had a few nice comments about it, so that's made me feel a little bit better about how it turned out. So thanks for all the lovely comments about it. It really does mean a lot. So if we take a look inside, guys, I'm really happy with how this turned out in the end. It seems like what a lemonade stand would look like to me, even though I don't really know what they look like. I think it's missing one thing, which is a little bit of life. I've been thinking that what we might do down the track, guys, is build up a few armor stands and give all the builds in Adventure Bay a bit more life. It'd be pretty cool having, you know, someone behind the cash register here, a couple of people drinking some lemonade at the tables, and some up at the bench here, and some workers behind the staff area behind here. So I think that would look really cool. And of course, maybe we'll put Katie up in Katie's pet parlor. Also, maybe some trucks and cars coming across the bridge here in Adventure Bay. Just giving it a little bit more life. Some vehicles, some armor stands, and things like that. I really do think that would really bring the whole Adventure Bay to life. But so far, so good, guys. This area has filled it in nicely. We do have some buildings to build along here, as we've said, and behind City Hall, and of course behind Mr. Porter's restaurant there, including the big museum build that we'll do potentially in the next couple of episodes. So what are we up to today, you might ask? I was thinking that we could continue building here in Adventure Bay today, but then I started to think I've been building like crazy in this area, but for what feels like months now, actually, and I think I kind of need a little break from looking at the same scenery. So I've come up with another idea for today's episode, so let's head up to the lookout tower and I'll explain what we're going to get up to today. Alright, pups, are you going to follow me, or are you going to get lost between here and getting to the tower, I wonder? Let's see what happens. Come on, pups. Oh, before I forget, I made a little change to Ryder's ATV here. So I made the little rider badge a little bit smaller. Originally, I did have it on the front here on the grill, but I've made it half the size with the new Sign Paintings mod. And I think that looks a lot better, so really quite happy with that. I guess today, guys, what we're going to do, I had a bit of an idea. Now, I was thinking that this area looks fantastic. You know, the tower, the pup vehicles, and of course the Paw Patroller. I have lost the pups. I have lost the pups. Actually, it's getting dark. Let's go find the pups first before we head on through the portal, because I will lose them So let's maybe head to... Oh, we've got to do something about the polar bears too. What are we going to do with that? I wonder. I don't know what we're going to do with those guys. Now, sorry guys, you are... You're going to get lost if you come with me into the nether. So I'm going to sit you guys down here so you don't run off and get lost. Come back here, Zoomer. Oh my goodness. Zoomer. Hey, oi! Thank you. And rubble, of course. Alright, you guys are sitting still. Fantastic. If we head on through the portal here, guys, it actually takes us up to the nether roof. So I'll show you what we've currently got going on up on the roof. It's pretty plain, as you can see. That's the portal right now. So we've got a couple of nice builds in this area. I don't think I've shown you this area as yet, but we've got our beautiful portal that takes us all the way over to Saltwater, which is the main island where we've got the shops and the shopping district on the main starter island. We've got some tunnels here taking us out to the sort of the north, south, east, west kind of directions and things like that over to people's bases. But our portal is looking pretty sad here. This is our portal here to Adventure Bay. This really sad looking tiny little portal, as it says Paw Patrol Adventure Bay and Harwood's base. So I've been doing some thinking. I've been thinking that this portal is looking pretty sad and it could do with a bit of an upgrade. So I thought it could be fun to build the Paw Patrol Tower, but on a smaller scale, like maybe 50% smaller than the original one in Adventure Bay. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build up the tower and all the vehicles here on the roof, but I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. So this could be an absolute disaster, but we'll see what we can do. I'm going to give it a red hot crack. Wish me luck, but let's get into it. Let's build up a mini version of the lookout tower. Alright, there we go, guys. A half-size Paw Patrol lookout tower, nether roof portal. What do you think? I really like this. I think it turned out great. It's roughly half the size of the original tower in Adventure Bay, but I think it looks just as cool as the Big Boy Tower. If not even cooler, if you ask me. Now, inside the tower itself, we've got a couple of signs, Paw Patrol Adventure Bay and Harwood's base, which obviously takes us to the tower in Adventure Bay, which is awesome. Now let's talk about the vehicles themselves. Now, these were quite difficult because they're so small. They're quite difficult to get any detail in them at all to make them recognizable as actual vehicles. So if you get up close, they just look like a pile of thrown together blocks, that basically a blob of blocks. But I think essentially they look better from a distance. Up close, you can kind of recognize that they're half the size of the vehicles in the main tower. But if we fly out here a wee bit and then look back, yes, they look like vehicles. Yes, they looks like the Adventure Bay Tower. And yes, that does look like a miniature version of the Paw Patroller. So I think it turned out great, and I think this is very, very cool. If we head on side the tower, guys, if we head on up to the top of the tower, if I can land properly. So we inside the tower, we have the controls and the 6 pup badges, just like we have in the Big Boy Tower back in Adventure Bay. Yeah, everything, you might notice, everything is covered in carpets. And that is obviously because we need to spawn-proof the top of the nether roof here. I wouldn't like to set off a few ghast spawns here, and I don't think the other members of Channel 64 would appreciate some ghasts hanging around the roof, but that's why you'll notice that everywhere has got carpets and moss and anything that's spawnable, I guess, essentially. The full blocks that are spawnable have got carpets on top, so there is no chance of anything spawning up here on the roof. If we head on up to the top again, guys, the best part of the tower itself is that the slide still works. So we can jump down the slide here and all the way, if I crouch in that little spot there, all the way down. The slide works just like the big tower, and we can slide on down and into our pup vehicle. How awesome is that? And last but not least, we have the Paw Patroller. Again, very difficult to get any detail in these smaller half-size builds that I've done here today, but I think it's still instantly recognizable as the Paw Patroller, even if it is half the size of the original back in Adventure Bay. Now, all of this did turn out pretty cool, if you ask me, but there is one thing that's missing though, and if we head on inside the Paw Patroller, now we talked earlier about bringing more life into these Paw Patrol builds, and I'm definitely going to start doing that, starting right now. The one thing that's missing with the Paw Patroller is Robodog. We need a driver for the Paw Patroller, right? So if we head on down to our basement area where all our farms are underneath the tower, I have set up a little, let's call it a pup making facility that we have here. And what we need to do is grab some rotten flesh and make ourselves a pup. First off, you two look like your Robodog's mum and dad. So let's make ourselves a pup, and you guys can sit back down, and that pup can come out here, and we're gonna make Robodog. Okay, I've been busy making Robodog. Seriously, Robodog, you are as bad as the others. Okay, you can sit, please. Thank you. Alright guys, so here's my Robodog skin that I've been working on. How cool is that? He looks unreal. One thing that you can see is the red collar that we need to change that to orange. Now, that looks like Robodog, don't you think? Yes. Alright, I've got a spot for you, Robodog. Come with me. If I fly up there, are you going to follow me? Hope so. Let's see what happens. Robodog. Yay! I thought you were still down there, buddy. Okay, can you follow me into here, please? Okay, I think he just went in. I hope he did. I hope he's not going to be lost or stuck or... Hey, Robodog, let's go, buddy. You have a spot in the Paw Patroller. Around this way, mate. Come on. Come on, Robodog. Working with mobs is never easy. Yay, Robodog. Come on, buddy. No. Okay, that'll do. I'm just going to push it in like that. Yay! I didn't think this was going to work, but it is. Okay, here we go, Robodog. You are in. What just happened? He loved that. I didn't. You love sitting there, don't you? I didn't feed him. What is that about? Excellent. All right, Robodog is in his spot. How cool is that? That just absolutely sets it off. And if I jump into free cam, we have Robodog sitting in the driver's seat. How awesome. And he loves it there. Fantastic. Maybe, actually, Robodog, what do you think? Should we bring the pups in here too? Maybe we make some extra pups. We'll call them extra pups, won't we? Maybe we'll sit the pups in here and we'll bring a bit more life. Or, actually, maybe we could sit them in their vehicles. What do we think? Maybe we'll sit them in the Paw Patroller for now, and you guys can tell me if I should move them to the pup vehicles or not. For now, I'm going to go grab the pups and sit them here, and that should bring a bit more life into the Paw Patroller. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, all accounted for. Let's see if we can just get them to follow me through like Robodog did. Oh, how good was that? Oh, what well-behaved pups. Around this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, excellent. No lost pups. Come on, guys. In the Paw Patroller. How cute. Sit there. Sit there. Yeah, perfect. Yes. Yes. Sit. Sit. Oh, that couldn't have worked out any better. Okay. I need to separate you two. Troublemakers. Okay, Marshall, you can go there on the end. Yes. Thank you, Marshall. Oh, of course. Come on, after. Yeah, that's. Marshall! Go and chase. That's it. Yeah. Oh, he loves it. He loves it there. Hey, buddy. I'm glad you like it. New. Oh, and Rubber loves it too. Marshall. Marshall. Sit. Always one. There you go. You're the king of the castle, Marshall. You can sit on the end. Rubble can... Oh, you... Perhaps there's always two. Robo Dog, are you sleeping on the job? Robo Dog, come on, dude. Gotta be a little bit more ready than that. What if we have to drive somewhere? What if there's an emergency at Adventure Bay? What if Mayor Humdinger's up to no good again? Oh, come on, guys. Why are you being so difficult? Actually, all three of you can jump off there, please. Thank you. You can sit. Okay. What do I do to get you guys? There we go. Yep. Sit. Sit. Zuma, where are you going, buddy? I know you guys haven't seen the nether roof before, and it's very exciting, but I just need you guys to sit. That'd be great. Come on, sit. Sit. Are you sitting, Rubble? You're not even sitting. I'm sitting. Oh my goodness. Yep. Okay. You three are right. You're not moving. Rubble. Rubble. Can you... Rubble. Oh. Sit. Okay. Just there. Yep. Yep. Oh, Zuma, you want to sit there? Okay. You guys. Oh my goodness me. Okay. That's pretty... That's... Guys. Can you come down from there for a second? He just looked at me as if to say, sorry, not sorry. Rubble. Oh, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do in Minecraft, honestly. Oh, okay. I think we've got it. Oh, and he loves it in his new spot. All right, Rubble. How did you guys get up there? Robo Dog's still sleeping. Good to see. Rocky, stop. Sit. Okay. Delicately push you into the middle of the block there. Bring Marshall around to his final spot. I hope you guys don't want me to put these guys in the vehicle because... What are you doing, Marshall? Oh, fair dinkum. Fair dinkum. What on earth is going on here? You're seriously not making it easy. I think we finally have it. I'm not happy with where Chase is, but Marshall is going to be fine there. Yeah, no worries. Done. I'm not happy where Chase is in the corner there, so Chase can come out and sit again. And I'll just gently coerce Chase back into the corner. Oh no, don't do that, Chase. And how did you get up there, Rocky? Alright, well, that's just gonna have to do. Because they're being little monsters and they just... Oh. Okay, Rubble, one last chance, mate. Honestly. Get off there, Rubble. Rocky. Get down from the ledge, please. Oh, come on, guys. Be kind to Ryder. Come on. Okay, stop. Sit. Yay! Okay. Ah, Rubble, sit. Oh, no. Yes. Okay. That's it. They're done. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. Are you guys loving your new spot in here? I think this is great. This absolutely adds more life. You come into the Paw Patroller. The pups are sitting there waiting to go. Robo Dog's still sleeping, but I'm sure when he wakes up, he'll be ready to drive us to the next mission. Well, that was a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I do love the pups, and I am only joking. They are a bunch of fun, but sometimes they're a little bit difficult to deal with. Welcome back to another episode, and we're hanging out here out the front of the lookout tower on the nether roof that we built up in the last episode. I'm really stoked how this turned out, guys. I think I was able to capture the likeness of the original lookout tower in Adventure Bay, even though this build is roughly only half the size of the original. So that's really, really cool. And the pups are hopefully still hanging out here in the Paw Patroller. Hey guys! I tell you what, that was fun getting you guys in here, wasn't it? Did you guys have fun? I had fun too. I'm only joking, guys. You were amazing. You were so easy to get in here. It only took us like 2 minutes or something, didn't it? Well done, pups. You're such good pups. And Robodog's still hanging out here, and he looks like he's still asleep. Have you woken up yet, Robodog? Ah, there we go. Hey, Robodog. Oh, I love how his skin turned out, guys. I think he looks amazing if I do say so myself. I absolutely love having these guys in here. It just adds so much more life to the build, even though it is on the nether roof and no one's probably ever going to visit them, which is a shame. In fact, I love having Robodog in the Paw Patroller so much that I decided to put another Robodog over in the Paw Patroller back in Adventure Bay. Okay, so if we head on to the big... Oh, wow. Look how much bigger this Paw Patroller is. In fact, look how much bigger the whole area is. Wow. I kind of forgot... I've been dealing with the little miniature version that I forgot how big this one was. Anyway, so here's Robodog in the big Paw Patroller, guys, and he's just hanging out, looking after everything, pressing all the buttons, and getting ready for his next mission with Ryder and the pups. So after I added Robodog to his driver's seat, guys, I thought I'd better bring some more pups over to this lookout tower build area, and I thought I probably could put them in these seats, or I could put them in their pup vehicles. So here we have it, guys. I've put the pups back into their vehicles, and here we have Zuma in his hovercraft. Now, unfortunately, Zuma can't see out the front, so we're gonna have to use our imaginations a little bit here with the pups in their vehicles, guys. It's Minecraft, and it's not perfect, so let's use our imaginations a little bit. Next up, we have Rubble. If we jump into free cam so we can see him, he's just sitting in the bulldozer seat there, looking really relaxed. Next up, we have Marshall in his fire truck, and of course, he's just sitting there, ready to go. Unfortunately, this is another one where he can't quite see out the front, but I think that's still pretty cool. Of course, next we have Chase, who's hanging out in his police vehicle. Chase actually has a little looky hidey hole thing that he can look through at the front there, which is really cool. So he's happy with that, even though he's probably asleep on the job by the looks of it. Of course, we have Sky, and Sky's probably got the best one because Sky can actually pretty well see out the front when she's driving her helicopter. And last but not least, we have Rocky in his recycling truck, and he's looking pretty cool, just hanging out, ready to go to the next mission. So that gives a little bit more life to the area, don't you think, guys? So we've got the pups in their vehicles, we've got Robodog in the Paw Patroller, and all in all, I think this has really set off this whole area. Ooh, what can we do with Ryder in the ATV? Wonder if we can put an armor stand on that looks like Ryder and he's riding his ATV. Yeah, we might do that actually. That would be pretty cool. But yes, all in all, guys, loving how this has turned out, and I enjoy having, you know, the pups bark every now and again and just bringing a bit more life to the build. So what are we up to today, guys? If we head on down to the Bay Area down here, let's talk about the build that we're going to do today. Oh, here we have some more pups. I forgot I left you guys here. You're just going to oversee the build today, aren't you guys? You just hang out there and just be good pups, okay? So in the last episode where we built here in the Bay, not the last episode on the Nether Roof, but the last episode here in Adventure Bay, we built the lemonade stand on this side of the bay. So I figured today we need to build on this side so we can even things out a little bit. Of course, I've said a few times now, we've still got some buildings to build here. We've got the train station behind the lemonade stand there, the buildings or the shops behind City Hall, and of course this area here where we're going to be building those shops or houses, or if you guys know what they are, if you could let me know, are they shops or are they houses? These buildings here, are they shops or houses? I'd love to know. I keep referring to them as shops or houses. I'd love to know what they are. So we're going to be building up a couple of those houses or shops. And of course, we're also going to be doing the Adventure Bay Museum. Now, I'm hoping I've got enough room here. I might have to expand this road out a little bit, perhaps, maybe? I guess we'll find out. That's enough talking. Less talking, more building. Let's build up the Adventure Bay Museum. Okay, guys, there we have it. The Adventure Bay Museum. What do you think? I think it turned out great. We have the blue and the purple banners on the sides here, and I think they look fantastic. I actually have to thank Lucy, one of our supporting cast members here on Channel 64. She is the absolute banner queen, and she came up with these awesome versions of the original banners for me with the little paw prints in the middle. I think they look so good. I actually tried to make them myself, and they were okay. They were okay, but I knew Lucy was going to do a much better job, so I'm really glad she was able to do these for me. So massive thanks to Lucy for making these for me. So what do you think of the building, guys? I think it's as close as I could get it. I mean, I don't know much about the museum because the museum is a lot of the newer episodes. I don't think the museum was in the original sort of all the older Paw Patrol episodes. It's more of a last few seasons, I believe, from what I understand anyway, from my little knowledge of Paw Patrol. But let's jump into free cam and we'll have a look at the surrounding areas. So I think it fits really well on the corner here where the road sort of goes off into the distance and the road behind the city hall here. It's actually quite a thin building, but it does suit this intersection quite well, I think. And the roof's really cool. It's got a glass roof that you can see through inside into the museum. But all in all, great looking build, I think, and it suits this area really, really well. If I jump back into my body, if we go inside the museum, we have absolutely nothing. As I said, the glass roof gives it a little bit of light inside the building. Now I do have this black concrete all over the windows that blacks out the glass, which looks really cool from the outside. So it makes the inside a little bit small. Now I'm not too sure. I don't think we will put anything in here, or end up putting in anything in here, to be honest. But if you do have some ideas, it's a pretty small building. Let me know, and I can see what I can do. But I don't think at this stage I'll be putting anything in the museum itself. Now, if we come over this side, guys, we've got the two diagonal buildings or angled buildings, which I think are always fun to build. I think they turned out pretty good, though. They're basically much the same as the ones on the other side near the lemonade stand, but that's really cool. We had to make them on angles because the road obviously turns the corner here and goes back up towards the tower. But I think they look very cool. The same sort of window design that I had in the other ones, where you've got the frog lights behind that it gives it when you're looking from far back. It gives that impression that it's just a sort of a light blue glass from far away, which I think looks very, very cool. So while I was planning the museum and the two angled builds, guys, I figured I should probably build behind the museum itself. So I built the road, and I decided that I should probably build out this entire area out the back here. And I will, as I've said multiple times, I will be putting some shops or some buildings along the back here. So I've left that a little bit blank for the moment. But this... this took a lot. I got a little carried away, and I basically built the entire area behind here. And it might not look like a lot, but this took ages to do. Lots of cartoon-style Adventure Bay trees. I basically wanted to make this area look a bit more dense with the trees than what I've done in sort of this area over here and up the top of the lookout tower. But I kind of wanted it to look like a thick forest, so I think that really finishes off this whole area, and it looks really, really cool. And I'm really, really excited to add these buildings to finally have this side of Adventure Bay done. But as you can see, there was a lot of lime terracotta required to complete the area behind me. So I put the call out to the other Channel 64 members asking if anyone had some spare terracotta, because we don't actually have a terracotta shop on the server, would you believe? I mean, I could have gone out there to out to a mesa and mined it myself, of course, but I just wanted to buy it. And of course, Loki said he had some, and because Loki has all the farms and has everything basically, is the best friend anyone could have on a server. So let's get over to Loki's base, because he's building a theme park and it's starting to look really, really cool. So let's head over to Loki's base and drop our friend some diamonds. Okay guys, so here we are at Loki's base, and as I said, he's building a theme park called Yeti Park, and I know he's got some rides that I want to go in there and check out, but I think over here is some season passes. I think Yeti season pass, take only one if you don't have one. Okay, cool. I'm going to grab one of these, and I might leave Loki some diamonds to thank him for the 6 shulker boxes of lime terracotta that he got us. So let me grab some diamonds real quick, and we'll give Loki a little payment for his even though he said he didn't want any, I'm going to drop off some diamonds for him anyway. So how many diamonds for 6 shulker boxes full of lime terracotta, I wonder? Let's go with 18 blocks of diamonds for our friend Loki, just to say thanks for the terracotta. I really, really do appreciate it. Now let's head inside. Now I'm pretty sure he's got these fancy little gates where we throw the ticket in somewhere. Let's throw the ticket in here maybe. Yay! Oh, that's so cool. Great job, Loki. Now, oh, we got it back too. I guess that's really cool. So I guess I hope there's no spoilers here. Now we've got Sky Pigs, which is like a roller coaster kind of a ride, and look at the graphics on the side here, guys. How cool does that look? We've got pigs in the clouds or in the smoke, I guess. It's oh, look at it, goes through like that. That's so cool. Well, we'll be riding that in just a sec. I think what I want to do is this tower ride down here called Free Fall. So let's go on to this first. Now, I am going to be very, very good at trying not to spoil anything. Let's just do these 2 rides, because I'm not sure if he's got anything else on the other side of the park that he doesn't want me to spoil just yet. But let's go through the ride here. And, oh, let's check if we're tall enough to ride the ride. Yeah, I'm tall enough. Now, I believe what we've got to do is sit, which one? We'll go this one. We've got to sit in the minecart here and press the button, and I think it just shoots us up straight into the air somehow. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Let's not do that. Yeah, how cool is that? Oh, wow. That is so cool. Let's go into this camera view and see. Oh, look at the view of the Channel 64 server over near the shopping district. Can't quite see it. We can see Archie's courthouse, but not the shopping district. But that's very, very cool. Now I believe we can't get out of the ride until it stops. Otherwise, I'm probably going to break something. But how cool is this, guys? What a genius to build this ride. Well done, Loki. Awesome work, mate. Okay, is that it? I think that's it, guys. Let's jump out of the minecart, and we didn't break it. Yay! Yay us. Alright, let's jump out and we'll go up to the Sky Pigs ride next, which is really, really cool. Alright, so if we head in here, there should be a line here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. This is kind of like Disneyland or Disney World or something, isn't it? There's lines everywhere that you got to line up for rides. I think let's head up the stairs here. And I'm hoping I don't break this ride. Now, Loki did send through some, I think that's the lever to start it. He did send through some instructions on how not to break the ride. I'm pretty sure I flick this lever and I wait for one of these pigs to come along here, and then I jump in the ride. Let me just quickly check the instructions in case I break it, because we do not want to break it. Okay, got it. This is how we start the ride, and I'm not supposed to press like W or S to go back and forth while I'm on the ride because that might break the ride. So let's start the ride, and hopefully one of our little piggy friends. We've got bacon today, so I'm not going to press anything. I'm just going to sit here, and hopefully we have... Oh, how cool. Oh. Can I go into F5 mode? Yes. How cool is this? Oh, wow. Look at... Oh. This is genius. This is absolute genius. Oh, spoilers. That might have been a spoiler. Sorry, Loki. That might have been a spoiler. All right, let's jump back into our first-person view, and this is so cool. This reminded me of a roller coaster that I went to in Disneyland in Paris once, and that was incredible. I'm having flashback memories of this. Oh, look at this! It just goes straight. Oh, okay. So, is this where I get out? Is this where I get out? I guess I get out. That was so cool. Like, I'm stuck. No, I'm not. Oh, look at it. There's pigs going everywhere. This is so cool. That was so much fun, Loki. Wow. What? I could never build anything like this. It was just absolute genius, Redstone. And it looks really, really cool as well. Top work, mate. Well done. All right, guys. Let's head back to the base and we'll see what the pups think of the museum build. Okay, guys. What do you think? The museum. Now, there is absolutely nothing inside, so nothing you guys can break. Haha. Actually, let's close the door. Please. Hey, Duma, can you please... Thank you. That'll do it for today's episode, guys. If we jump into free cam, I'm absolutely stoked how this area of the bay has come along. What an absolute transformation this area has been so far. I'm so happy with how it looks now, and I can't wait to finish off the bay. We're so close to doing that. However, we have a few builds to come behind the city hall here, on the other side near Katie's pet parlor, which I think I'll probably do in the next episode. And then, of course, we've got the, what's it called? The train station behind the lemonade stand there. And what I actually have been thinking, I think I will build Captain Turbet's lighthouse and the flounder probably out here somewhere. I'm not too sure exactly where. Maybe on this little island here might be somewhere where we could put that. Maybe let me know where it should go, because I'm absolutely not too sure. I could probably build a little island out here, but I think it makes sense to probably have it somewhere here. I'm not sure. You guys probably know better than me. You let me know where Captain Turbet's lighthouse and little house and flounder should be, and I'll build it where you guys tell me it should go. So still lots of builds to go, but it is looking absolutely fantastic here in Adventure Bay. Welcome back to another episode, and we are starting things off today here at the Lookout Tower, where in the last episode, we finally added the pups to their vehicles. Of course, we have Marshall in his little fire truck here, looking pretty relaxed there, Marshall. We have Rubble in his bulldozer, of course. Zuma is in his hovercraft, looking asleep, actually. We have Rocky in his, what do you call this? The recycling van. Obviously, we have Sky in her helicopter. And of course, we have Chase in his police vehicle here at the front. And of course, we also put Robodog in the Paw Patroller. Who can forget about Robodog? He's probably still chilling here in the front seat. Hey, Robodog, how are you, buddy? Here he is making sure the pups aren't getting into any mischief while Ryder's off doing whatever Ryder's doing today, which we'll talk about in just a sec. Now, in the last couple of episodes, I've been talking about bringing life into the builds here in Adventure Bay, and having Robodog in the Paw Patroller and now the pups in the vehicles here, it really is bringing life to this area, at least, in the bay. And in between episodes, I've actually added Ryder to his ATV here, and I think he looks really, really cool. How cool does that look? Ryder's actually riding his ATV, or I'm riding the ATV. So I have to thank Archie for coming over and just popping over and helping me out with the position of the legs here, so it does actually look like Ryder is riding the ATV. Before the way I had it, it didn't look great. So big thanks to Archie for popping over and helping us out. So with Ryder in his ATV, the pups in their vehicles, Robo-Dog in the Paw Patroller, the tower looking magnificent. I have to say that I think this area is 100% done, and I'm absolutely stoked with the result and super excited to get the rest of Adventure Bay finished off in the next few episodes. Speaking of finishing areas off in Adventure Bay, guys, here we are at the museum that we built up in the last episode. And this looks really, really fantastic. I'm really happy with this area. This area has turned out awesome. I especially love the banners on the museum. I really do think that that sets that building apart from any of the other buildings here in the bay. But just having those banners really bright and amazing job that Lucy did for us. I can't thank her enough for that. It really does set off that building. We've got the couple of the diagonal builds here as well. But I really do think that having the forest behind really does feel like this area is 100% complete. And I have to say that it's really inspiring me to get cracking with the remaining buildings here in Adventure Bay. So what are we up to today, guys? Let's head over to where we're going to do some building. Maybe the pups can come with me. Let's see if the pups can follow me over here to Katie's pet parlor. Alright, have I lost the pups? No, I've got, how many pups have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yay. Good job, pups. You're such good pups. So here we are next to Katie's pet parlor, guys. So in today's episode, what I've decided we're going to do is we're going to finish off the buildings near Katie's pet parlor that go down the side of the hillside here. And also we're going to finish off the buildings that are behind the city hall as well. And I think once we've done those two areas, Adventure Bay is going to look so good and really close to being complete. With, of course, the exception of the railway station that we still need to build behind the lemonade stand here. So I've got some supplies going here, guys. Oh, hello. Fancy seeing you here. So I have some supplies here, guys, and we're ready to go. So let's stop talking about it and let's just get it done. So let's build up the remaining buildings in Adventure Bay, starting with the buildings near Katie's pet parlor. Alright, here we are. What do you guys think? I love how this looks now. It's really filled out this area really, really nicely, I think. Before it was just a plain lime terracotta patch, and now it's looking awesome. Unfortunately, I could only fit 5 buildings in. I was hoping I could fit 6 in, but unfortunately with this road coming around the side of the lemonade stand there, I could only fit the 5 in there, but still looks pretty good. And you have to agree, I think this area really does look complete now. Now, it looks great close up when you're walking down at street level here, but it also looks even better, in my opinion, from a distance. So if you're looking back, say from, let's go up to the top of the bridge up here. If we go up from the top of the bridge, it just sets off that entire area at the end of the bridge there. It looks amazing. I love it. Okay, so now that that's done, which makes me very, very excited for the next lot of buildings that we're going to be doing right now. Come on, pups, let's head down to the back of the city hall. So let's head over here. Now, I have moved my materials behind the city hall here, ready to rock and roll on the next project. So I'm hoping, actually, let's jump back into free cam. I'm hoping I can fit, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 buildings in. We'll see, maybe even 7. We'll see how we go. As exciting as it is to be almost done, we've still got to do these buildings, guys. So let's just get it done, shall we? Let's get to some building. I have to say that these buildings here were 1,000,000 times easier because they're just straight, normal 90-degree Minecraft buildings and not any weird angled around the curve of a road buildings like I've been doing lately. So much easier. So you might notice that some of these buildings are indeed exactly the same. So like the one on the end there and this one here, they are exactly the same. Now, that's because some of the pictures that I found online, if I jump into FreeCam, the same buildings appear in several different areas around the bay. For instance, let's go with this one with the brown awnings on the front. So this one here also appears here, and I think maybe appears over here. No, I've got that wrong. Oh, over here, over near Katie's Pet Parlor. So some of the buildings do appear in several areas throughout Adventure Bay. Now, trust me when I say, guys, that this is not me just being lazy and just building the same buildings because it's easier. That's not the case. I've actually put a lot of effort into this to try and get the correct types of buildings in the correct areas in the bay by looking at heaps of images online, I guess, and from all the different angles and picking the best pictures that I could find to use as inspiration pictures for that particular area of the bay. So again, it's not me being lazy. It's basically because these buildings are sort of just fill-in buildings for the TV show itself. So these aren't really, you know, important landmarks in the TV show or points of interest, if you like the City Hall, for instance, or Mr. Porter's Restaurant, or Katie's Pet Parlor, or the Lemonade Stand as well. Those buildings are actual focal points, and episodes sort of hover around those particular landmarks and make episodes within those buildings itself. So these buildings are just sort of fill-in buildings to fill out the city. That's why they're sort of repeated in the TV show, and I kind of had to replicate that because I'm trying to build it as close as I can to the original. I've said this before, guys, but I will mention it again. One of the biggest things for me was when I first started this project, I wanted to get the scale right for Adventure Bay, and I think I've done pretty well so far. And to be honest, it's looking really, really great, and I'm really, really happy with how it's coming together. But I guess the most important element for me was getting the scale right and keeping the scale like true to the original TV show, like the lookout tower and how far away that was from the actual bay itself. The bay, the bridge, everything seems to be pretty good. I wouldn't say it's perfect. There's some little areas that's like, oh, it's very difficult to do that type of build in Minecraft, but I mean, have a look at this, guys. How good does this look? But if we head back to the build itself, guys, there's a little bit that I didn't mention. While I was building these 6 buildings, guys, I ended up clearing out a lot of the trees here behind the building. So I guess I will eventually, maybe in between episodes or even in next episode, I will fill this area out with the lime terracotta to make it more Adventure Bay-like and clear out the rest of these trees here, for instance. And I guess the next episode makes sense to do the train station, which is behind the lemonade stand somewhere here. I'll have to figure out where that is. So we'll probably end up getting stuck into that in the next episode, I reckon. And that way, the entire Adventure Bay will actually be finished, which is awesome. So we're almost done. We're almost there, guys. It's really, really exciting. The only build that's left to do, as I said, is the train station and the area behind the train station. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with this mound here, whether I leave that and potentially have like the train track go through the mountain maybe, because I have seen some images of that. Some images I've seen where it's a bit of a flatter area, but we'll have to work that out in the next episode, guys. But depending on how much time we get in between now and the end of the Channel 64 season, we may have time to do Captain Turbet's lighthouse, which I think I said that we were going to build out here somewhere. And then obviously the flounder, whether we build that maybe in the bay or potentially at the dock here, not too sure. We will definitely be doing that. I would also like to build Farmer Yumi's farm and Jake's snowboarding resort. So snowboarding resort would potentially go up there, and Farmer Yumi's farm would be probably on that mountain over there, I would say. But I'm not too sure if we're going to get enough time to do that in the rest of the season, guys. But I guess we'll have to wait and see if we can get those extra builds done. So that'll do it, guys. I'm absolutely stoked with how the bay's coming along. What a transformation so far, right? And I can't wait to finish off the bay in the next episode. Welcome back to another episode, and today we are kicking things off here near Katie's Pet Parlor and the new buildings that we built in the last episode. I have to say that these buildings have really filled out this area quite nicely, and they really do make this part of the bay look complete, which is absolutely amazing. Now, in between episodes, I've actually added this path along the side of the road here because, well, I guess I forgot in the last episode. Whoops. I also added this bench up here near Katie's pet parlor. Now, I think what we will do eventually is put some armor stand work here, and that way someone can be sitting here or walking past or doing whatever and looking out into the bay and what will, I guess, eventually be Captain Turbet's Island somewhere out there. So if we head down to the back of the city hall, guys, we'll hopefully the pups will follow me. No. I've lost the pups. Hello, pups? Excuse me, pups. Where are you? You guys didn't even move. What are you doing? Alright, if the pups will follow me this time, we'll head down to the back of the city hall. Maybe I'll land here somewhere. Are you guys gonna... Yay! Good job, pups. But these buildings were also built in the last episode, guys. And as I said in the last episode, not very detailed buildings. They're basically just gap fillers for the builds in a city hall. Like these ones here. These square ones were a lot easier to build than the diagonal ones that we have over there and over here as well. But basically just filling out the areas and making Adventure Bay look complete, which is so exciting. We are so close, guys. We are so close to finishing off Adventure Bay. I can smell it. So I've decided, maybe I can't smell it. In today's episode, I've decided to do just that. We are going to finish off Adventure Bay. Well, at least the buildings in Adventure Bay. We still need to add some vehicles, maybe some vehicles going across the bridge and some armor stand, people walking around and maybe like carrying balloons and things like that, just eventually really just filling out this area and giving it a lot more life. But that is in a future episode. Today, we are going to be building in this area right here. Today, we will be building the Adventure Bay Railway Station, a train behind the railway station that goes into the side of the mountain here, and all the terraforming and trees that go behind this entire area. So lots and lots of work to do today. What I think we might do first is build up all the trees and do all the terraforming in the area behind me, because I think that'll make it a little bit easier to build up the railway station and the train. So let's get stuck into that right now. Alright, there we have it, guys. That was like 20 seconds for you and about 4 days for me. That absolutely took a lot longer than I first thought, guys. I figured when I was chopping down the trees, I figured I should keep the oak leaves from those trees and reuse them on these Adventure Bay trees that I've built behind me. So chopping down the trees took a little bit longer, and I had to also carve out this section of this hill here, and also there was some little hills over this side to remove, so I had a nice big flat area to work with. Hopefully I have left enough room to build the actual train station and the train that goes behind here, and hopefully into that section of the hill over there, and have a little sort of what would you call it, like a little cave? No, what would you call that? Little train tunnel. A train tunnel is what it would be called. And then I ran out of terracotta. Now I thought I had enough to finish it's a lot bigger area than you think, guys. I thought I had enough to finish all the terraforming in this area here, but unfortunately I had to go out to the mining mesa and grab about 4 more shulkers of terracotta, but we are now done, and I think it's looking absolutely fantastic. I also added a little rocky area over here, guys, with a bench seat and a bin, and also a little beach with some more rocks and some rocky areas all the way off to the side over in the distance next to this village here. So I'm thinking I might keep this village. Originally I was going to rip it down, but I think maybe we'll say that that's where some of the people in Adventure Bay live, out in these little houses out here. So that's all looking awesome. Now, of course, the train station is going to have to be another angled build to follow the curve of the road we have here, but this should be the last angled build we need to do for the season. I hope. Oh, wait, no, hang on. The train's gonna have to be on an angle as well. Of course it is. Oh, well, that's tomorrow's Harwood's problem, I guess. Let's not worry about that just yet. Let's just keep pushing through with another build, guys. Let's build up the Adventure Bay Railway Station. And there we have it, guys, the Adventure Bay train station in all of its diagonal glory. Now, before I explain anything about the build, I have to say something. When I built the lemonade stand a few episodes ago, guys, I think I said at the time that it was probably my most difficult build that I've done this season. And yes, at the time, it was. But this train station, it takes the cake. It was by far the hardest build of the season, for a couple of reasons, actually. First reason being, it's the biggest build. If you have a look around, the only thing that really comes close is probably the City Hall or the Lookout Tower. And of course, the second reason being the fact that it's, of course, built on an angle, which really wasn't my smartest move, having to build this on an angle. But I think it's come up really, really nicely, and I'm absolutely stoked with the result. Now, the clock face at the front, trying to build a clock on an angle was probably the hardest part of the build. And I think it looks pretty cool if you're looking straight on, but it starts to get a little bit funny if you move around and you start to look at it from different angles. But overall, I'm really quite happy with it. Now, you might think the blue glass on this area here, the top and on the sides, looks a little bit funny, and that's because I used ice instead of light blue tinted glass. Now, I started to use glass, but it looked really quite funny. It was too clear and too far away from the original pictures that I found online of the train station in Adventure Bay. So I switched it out to the ice, and I think it's really quite close to the original blue color that you find in the pictures of the train station. So overall, I think that looks fantastic. I guess you could say it looks pretty plain from the outside. We've got the main entrance at the front here, but trust me when I say it was pretty difficult to do, as I said, because of the sheer size and the fact that it is an angled build. So on the front, we've got the main entrance. On the side, we've just got sort of 3 plain windows on the side, and the glass areas on the top and on the sides, like I said. Now on the back side, we've got this big, huge window for the customers to look out to see when the trains arrived, and a big oversized door matching the pictures that I found online. But if we take a bird's eye view, you can see that it really does follow the curve of the road up here, and actually looks really, really cool from up here. I'm really quite proud of this build, guys, in case you couldn't tell. Really, really proud of this build. And if we head inside, guys, I've actually done an interior for once. I know, right? I'm a bit surprised myself. So inside is pretty basic, much like a real train station, if you like. We've got a ticketing area at the front here, which eventually I will put some armor stand work and maybe some customers lining up to get some tickets or something like that. We've just got some seating areas over on this side, so really quite plain on this area down the bottom here. But if we take a look up here, we can see where all the work was on the interior. We have a pretty detailed roof design here, guys, which I think has come up amazing and totally didn't take me like a whole day to figure out. We also have a big, beautiful chandelier coming down from the center of the building here, guys, with, of course, a beacon as its centerpiece because, why not? And, of course, the big clock that you can't quite see. Let's jump into free cam, it's a bit easier. This was quite difficult to do as well. Probably not as difficult as the one at the front, but this one was also quite as hard and probably looks best from this angle here, I'd say, from the front door angle. If you squint your eyes, it looks like it's a round clock, but from any other angle, I guess it doesn't look its best, but, it was the best I could do given the current situation of this angled building and the intricate details that it has pretty much everywhere you look. It wasn't easy, but I love how this has turned out, and I'm really, really happy. Okay, guys, so that's the train station build, which means we only have one more build to do, and Adventure Bay is complete. Excuse me, who was that? Zoomer. Excuse me, Zoomer. I'm trying to talk to the camera here. I'm really, really excited to see how this is going to turn out, guys. One more build to go, so let's not waste any time. Let's build up the Adventure Bay train. Wowee. Remind me to never build a diagonal train ever again, please. That was not easy. But here we have it, guys, the Adventure Bay diagonal train. What do you think? I'm really quite happy with it. I think it's difficult to make small scale vehicles look good on an angle. But in this case, I think it turned out great. I really do. I've found if you squint your eyes a little bit, it looks a little better, and looks even better from a distance. And from back here, it actually looks like a train. But if you go close up, not so much a train. It's just very difficult to get a train looking good on an angle. I wanted to point out the windows specifically in the carriages at the back here, guys. Now, I wanted to use scaffolding so that it looked like there was sort of two, like the windows were split in two, so it looked like more like a train, I guess. But I also wanted to stay true to the original design of the Paw Patrol train and have blue glass for the windows as well. So that's why they kind of look a little bit funny, but all in all, very, very happy how it's turned out. Now, the track itself was probably the hardest part of the build, to be honest, guys. It was the hardest part to get looking good and looking quite straight, even though it was on an angle. It's basically two blocks, and every so often there's only like a one block that is actually two, but only one block in, and then two, and then two, then two. That way I could get the correct angle alongside of where the train station build went. So it's, look, it's not perfect, but it's as close as you can get, I think, to a good-looking train track that's been built on an angle. If we try and jump into the front carriage here, guys, I'll show you. Try that again, shall we? What you guys are acting strange again? What's with the water? You haven't been swimming again, have you? I'm keeping my eye on you, pups. You're acting a little weird. If we jump into... Okay, alright, pups. We're going to have to figure out a better way of getting into the train. What are you guys doing? How are you swimming right now? Is it raining? It's not raining. What's going on? If we jump into the front, guys, this is probably the only way we're going to be able to get into the train. If we jump down here, I'll show you guys the interior of the front engine train. Not much, nothing special. Just a couple of comparators to make it look like there's a few levers and things and a steering wheel. And this is where, obviously, the train driver would sit and drive the train. So, very small, compact area to work with. That's why it's, not much detail in here whatsoever. So, I'll jump through the other carriages and show you what I've done in here as well, guys. Obviously, as I was saying before, with the scaffolding and the the light blue glass, there's not a lot of room left in here to do an interior, which is a bit of a shame. I did want to do an interior on these ones, but unfortunately, space has been an issue, but that's okay. I'm happy with the exterior and the way it looks on the outside. So unfortunately, no interior on any of these carriages, but that's okay. So there we have it. The diagonal Adventure Bay train, guys. And the thing I'm most happy with is that this is the final diagonal build. And I'll never have to build another diagonal build for the rest of my life. If we head on over the other side, guys, I'll show you the crossing signals, which I'm really, really quite happy with. These turned out great. Little bit difficult to do the red cross design, but I think it's as close as I could get to the original Paw Patrol crossing signal post things. I think my favorite part is these glow item frames for the lights. I think they turned out really, really cool. So added a little bit more detail to this crossing area here. Otherwise, it would have just been a plain old road with a little bit of a mound over the top to get over the train tracks. But I think that, that really does set it off and really looks really, really cool in my opinion. The tunnel itself, guys, is a bit of a trick tunnel. It looks really, really cool, doesn't it? Looks really, really dark from in there, and it looks like it goes on and on forever, but it's actually quite a short tunnel. The way I was able to do that was just put little brown carpet at the back there to stop mobs from spawning, and it gives the illusion that tunnel goes on and on forever, and I think that looks really, really fantastic. And overall, this area is complete, and I'm super, super happy with the final result. So there we have it, guys. Adventure Bay is finally complete. Can you believe it? Have a look at this, will you? Can you believe how good this looks? I'm so incredibly proud of what we've achieved here and absolutely stoked with how it's turned out. What a transformation so far, but we're not quite done just yet. In the next episode, I think we'll try and get Captain Turbet's lighthouse built, and the flounder, of course, built somewhere out in the ocean just behind me there. And what will probably be the final episode, I think we'll finally add some life here to Adventure Bay by adding armor stands and vehicles everywhere in the bay, and I can't wait to see the difference that is going to make. Welcome back to another episode, and we're kicking things off out the front of the railway station that we built up in the last episode. As I said in the last episode, guys, this was probably my most difficult build of the season because of the sheer size of the build itself compared to all the other builds in Adventure Bay so far, but also the fact that it was built on an angle to follow the curve of the road that we have here. And if we head inside the railway station, guys, there was some really nice feedback in the comments in the last episode, some love about the chandelier actually, which was nice. But the thing that I'm most proud about, guys, was the actual roof design. This actually took a lot to get correct because of the fact that it was on all these different weird angles and stuff, and the result itself I'm really quite proud of. But it is looking a little bit lifeless in here, guys. I'm looking forward to maybe getting some armor stand work done in here, having some people lining up to get some tickets for the train. Some more people sitting over here waiting for the train to arrive, even though you can see there that it has already arrived. But, you know, kids playing here and having a good time, basically, just waiting for the train, but putting some life into these builds. This and all the other builds in Adventure Bay, I cannot wait to see the difference that is going to make. So some really nice feedback about the train station itself, guys, but I think I've lost Chase. You guys know where Chase is? I think I've lost Chase. Hello? Chase? Are you in here, buddy? Where are you? Hello, Chase. Have you seen Chase, Sky? Oh dear. I've lost a pup. Okay, so we got 5 pups. Where did you come from, Chase? He just zoomed around the corner. Oh well, we haven't lost Chase. Fantastic. So some really nice feedback in the comments about the station, guys, but the train also got some love in the comments in the last episode as well, which was fantastic. A few people also thought I was a bit crazy to build a train on a diagonal, or an angle build such as this, but you know, I kind of tend to agree because no one in their right mind would build a diagonal train, right? Because that would be pretty difficult. So never again. All my builds in the future will be right-angled, normal Minecraft builds. I hope so anyway. But speaking of comments, guys, thank you so much for all the comments in all the episodes in the Paw Patrol series. It really does mean a lot. I really do appreciate any feedback that anyone has, so keep the comments coming. I do reply to every single message in the comments because I really appreciate it, and I love hearing from you guys, so thank you so much for that, and please keep it up. Now, the train itself was thankfully our last diagonal build of the season. Thankfully, it's about time. We've had a few, and this was probably the hardest, to be honest, to finish off the season with the hardest build, but that's cool. This whole area looks fantastic now. The railway crossing really did turn out fantastic, especially the tunnel itself, the train tunnel. I love the effect that darkness gives it, like a never-ending tunnel, even though it is quite shallow. And of course, the entire area behind the train station was completed in the last episode as well, and that looks really cool. I'm so happy that this is now complete. So of course, having this area finished now means that the entire Adventure Bay is now complete, which is amazing. It's incredible to think what this area looked like when we first started building here. And looking at the completed areas gives me nice, warm, fuzzy feelings. It brings me so much joy just hanging out here in Adventure Bay. The past couple of days, I've just found myself logging into the SMP and just walking around, not building anything or doing anything really at all, just looking at everything we've built together and just taking it in, and what we've been able to achieve in survival Minecraft is pretty incredible. I'm so proud of every single build here, guys. I could list them all, but I won't. Just know that I've put my heart and soul into this season, and I'm incredibly grateful for everyone's support. Alright, enough of me rambling on about how good Adventure Bay looks. Let's get stuck into some more building, shall we? So you might be thinking, if Adventure Bay is complete, Harwood, then what are we going to be doing in today's episode? Well, today we will be building out here in the middle of the ocean. Just about there somewhere. And that means there is only one build that it could possibly be. And if you guessed Mayor Humdinger's lair, then you are absolutely incorrect. But if you guessed Captain Turbet's Island, then you would be 100% on the money. So we will be building up Captain Turbet's Island and the lighthouse, and of course, where would we be without Captain Turbet's boat, the Flounder? Very, very exciting. I can't wait any longer. Let's not waste any time talking. Let's just get stuck into it. Let's build up Captain Turbet's Island. Well, this turned out better than I expected. How good does this look? I love it. First off, we've got Captain Turbet's tiny little house that he lives on the island. And on the outside, we've got this little chimney fireplace with some extra firewood on the outside, which looks really cool. If we head inside, there's nothing on the outside really. It's nice and plain from what I saw in the pictures. But if we head inside... What just happened? What are you guys doing? Don't, no. Be careful. What? Guys, what are you doing? Don't be silly. No. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What are you guys doing? I'm gonna have to give you something to eat now to repair your health. Be more careful, please. I've got nothing to feed you guys. Sit tight. I'll be right back, guys. Hang on a second. Please don't follow me. Please don't. You did follow me. Oh! What? Oh, Sky. I'm so sorry. What was... Guys, please, come over here. You can all sit. I'm trying to show everyone Captain Turbet's Island. Can you, Sky? Can everybody sit? Marshall, sit. Chase, come back, sit. Okay, Rubble, you can sit as well. Okay, everybody's sitting. I'm gonna go get you guys some rotten flesh or bones. I'm not sure. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Just bear with me. I gotta heal you guys up again now. Okay, so now we got some rotten flesh. I can heal you guys up again. Please don't do that again, guys. Honestly, you scared me. I don't like my pups getting hurt. So, let's get you back to full health. And then we can show off Captain Turbet's Island. Okay, back to what we were saying. And I hope the pups follow me this time. So let's... Last time I would have liked if they didn't follow me. But this time, happy to have them follow me. What was... There's... How many pups are there? 3 pups? What are you... That is weird. I'm sorry, guys. That's really strange. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. This is... Oh my goodness. That's a lot better. Okay, back to what we were doing, guys. Goodness me, got distracted easily. Here is Captain Turbet's little house, guys, and he's got a little kitchen downstairs where he sits and has his dinner. I probably should put some water in that little sink that he's got there, but nice and cozy little house with the little kitchen downstairs. And if we head upstairs, he's basically just got a bed up here that Rubble seems to want to jump into, but just a bed, and he's got a window here that he can open up and overlook the ice biome over to the where are we? North, I guess. And of course, he's got a really nice view of Adventure Bay out his window. And if we head on down, guys, I'll show you the trees that I've built. The trees turned out really, really cool. They're different to the Adventure Bay trees, the sort of the round ones or this tall, skinny ones that we've got over there. These ones are more of a pine tree, and if I jump into free cam, they're kind of like a pine tree instead of these long, skinny ones and big round ones that they have in Adventure Bay, and I think they turned out really, really cool. These are the trees that I could find online. I could only find a couple of pictures of Captain Turbet's Island, actually, so These are the trees that he looked like he had on his island. They are different, but I really, really like how they've turned out. And if we head on up the path, guys, all the way up to Captain Turbet's lighthouse, which turned out really, really cool as well. If we head inside, he's got like a little cupboard where he would put maybe, I might actually put an armor stand with Captain Turbet's like his fishing gear that he might have. I'll do that a little bit later, which brings me to this wall here. I'm actually going to add a couple of pictures of now that the island's finished. I will take a picture, but I still need to build something down. Are you guys hurting yourselves again? What is going on? Honestly, can't take you guys anywhere. Once I build the flounder that's going to go down there as well, I'll take a couple of pictures and add them to the wall here. So just a little workbench area, a couple of little cupboards for him to put some paperwork. Yeah, and as I said, I will put an armor stand there with his fishing gear. So if we head upstairs, guys, I'm really, really quite proud of what I've done up the top here of the lighthouse, if we can eventually get up there. I'm really nervous of these pups. What are you guys doing in the windows? Not much up here, guys. Just a couple of windows for Captain Turbet to look out. And, excuse me, guys. Oh, please don't fall, pups. I'm going to let you guys be a bit safer down the bottom of the stairs. If you can please try not to fall off, that would be fantastic. Seriously, I've had enough of your shenanigans. You guys can just sit here and be safe, please. Oh, my worst nightmare. Oh, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Let me show off Captain Turbet's island without you guys getting into mischief, please. All right, if we head on up the tower again. On the way up, of course, we've got a couple of little, a little window here that you can almost see the lookout tower. Not much up here, only a little sort of safety barrier for Captain Turbet to come and look out the windows, but we do have a little ladder that comes up right up to the top and brings us to the actual light in the lighthouse, which looks really cool and very good views from up the top here. Excellent view of Adventure Bay, excellent view of the lookout tower, and on the other side, just a nice view of the icy cold biome. But this is what I'm really proud of, guys. I've done some redstone. So I'll jump into free cam so I can show you guys the redstone a little bit better. I've got a button here that initiates the redstone signal. All it is a comparator going into 3 repeaters on a 4-tick delay, again into 3 more repeaters and 3 more repeaters, all on 4-tick delay, and sends a signal up across the top here and back and loops all the way around again. So if I jump back into my body, we can see, if I can get up the ladder, we can see that there's an observer looking at the redstone signal, going into another observer that's going to shoot a signal up into the copper bulb. So let's jump down in here, guys, and I think the only way I'm going to do this is if I break that block, I think, and we'll start the signal, put the block back, and check it out. We have a working lighthouse, which looks incredible. Let's jump into free cam, and we'll see it from a distance. As you can see, we've got a light ticking every, I don't know, what's that, every 2 or 3 seconds, every 3 seconds, I guess, and it's an actual working lighthouse. What might be even better is if we have a shot at nighttime. I love how this turned out, guys. No one is going to get lost out at sea, not even Captain Turbet. Now, if we have a look at the island at night, guys, it's one of those, I think it's one of those builds that looks even better at nighttime. It looks fantastic in my opinion. It really, really looks cool, especially the light. It's going off every 3 seconds. How cool does this look? The whole Adventure Bay, I've actually really very rarely seen it at nighttime, to be honest. You know, I've been so scared at creepers blowing my builds up that I've always slept through every single night. I think this turned out great. I'm really, really happy. I absolutely love this build. Now, is it safe to let you guys come for another walk? Honestly, guys, I've been worried about you this whole episode. So the island's finished, guys, but we're obviously missing one thing. And that is, of course, Captain Turbet's boat, the Flounder. Now, of course, what we need to... Guys, this place is dangerous. You guys are never coming back here again, honestly. I'm going to have to get you guys back to Adventure Bay so you're nice and safe. As I was saying... Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Excuse me, Marshall. As I was saying, guys, Of course, we're missing the flounder, so I'm going to build a little dock just behind me here, and probably the flounder on this side of the dock, just out the front of the island, so it looks really, really cool just out the front of Captain Turbet's house. So I'm going to get the pups back to Adventure Bay, where it's nice and safe for them, and then we'll build up Captain Turbet's boat, the flounder. And there it is. Ain't she a beauty? This was actually a little more difficult than it looks, guys. It's hard to get the scale of the space of the cabin in Minecraft, because blocks in Minecraft are obviously 1 meter wide, so it's hard to get the space I wanted in the cabin. Ideally, I would have wanted a little bit more than 1 block wide cabin, but it is what it is. It's Minecraft. That's the best I could do with the fairly limited colors to choose from in Minecraft. I absolutely love it. I reckon it looks really, really cool. And guess what? I even did an interior, so let's check that out. I know, I never do interiors, but actually, yeah, so let's check the cabin out first. It's only a 1 block wide cabin and a bit of a steering wheel and things like, as I said. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. So if we jump on down here, guys, I figured Captain Turbet would probably just need a little kitchen area with a fridge and a sink, and of course, a bed. That's really all I could fit down here, and it's fairly small, but it does the job. So he's obviously got a clock, so he knows what time of day it is and when the sun's going to come up and when the sun sets and things like that. He's obviously got a compass, so he knows where he's going, and of course a book full of maps or something along those lines. But there's the interior of the flounder. I didn't find any pictures online, so I kind of just had to make them up as I went along. So very, very happy with the flounder, guys. I think it came out really, really nicely. It's a decent scale from what I could tell from pictures online. It doesn't look too big. It's not too out of place, especially with the island and the size of the island if you look from a distance. But all in all, I think that looks fantastic. But I've also done a few more details up in Captain Turbet's lighthouse. So let's head up here and I'll show you what I've done. So I've added Captain Turbet's clothes on a little armor stand here, guys. So that looks really cool. That's what he would put on of a morning when he wakes up from his house down there. Yeah, that makes sense. He sleeps down there. He comes up here to his office. He puts on his fishing clothes and then he goes back down to the boat. Yeah, that'll do. It makes sense. So I've also added in a little bit more detail in his office here, guys. Some empty map that he can draw of where he's going to go next. Another compass, of course. And now that the island's finished, I've taken a picture of the island and the flounder, and of course a bit more of a close-up of the flounder. So that looks really, really cool. I think that just makes his office look a little bit more realistic. So all in all, I absolutely love how everything's turned out. Now, I don't want to say that I've saved the best build for last, because it's pretty hard to beat the Paw Patrol Lookout Tower and the Pup Vehicles. But I have to say, this might be my favourite build of the season. I just love how all this turned out. Now, I'm not sure if that's because I would love to live here in real life or not, but it would be pretty cool living on an island, I reckon. Except it probably wouldn't have internet, and therefore I wouldn't be able to play Minecraft with my friends on the Channel 64 SMP. So maybe living on an island isn't such a good idea. I was going to do the outro with the pups back on the island, but we have since discovered that this is a pretty dangerous place for the pups, haven't we? Over here with these fence gates behind me where they just keep falling off and doing themselves some damage. But that's okay. They're back on Adventure Bay where it's nice and safe for them, where they can't do themselves any mischief. The next episode, I'm sad to say, will be the final episode in the Channel 64 Paw Patrol series, but I believe it will be the best episode of the season. We will finally add some life into Adventure Bay by adding some armor stands throughout the entire bay, building up some cars and vans and maybe even some extra boats, and I can't wait to see the difference that is going to make. Welcome to the final episode of the Paw Patrol series, Channel 64, Season 3. Today is a pretty sad day actually, guys, because this will be the last day that I get to spend here in Adventure Bay. This Minecraft world has been my entire life for the past 18 months. And it's going to be pretty sad when I have to log off for the last time. But before we get to that, I wanted to take a little tour around all the Paw Patrol builds that we've done this season and show off all the work that I've been doing the last month or so. Lots of little details with boats and cars and armor stands everywhere. And I figure it might be best if we go back to where it all began and start back here at the Lookout Tower. This was the very first build that we did way back in episode 5, guys. And if you remember, this was quite a substantially sized mountain that I had to carve away and terraform and basically get as flat as what I've got here. So I carved out half a mountain basically, built all these trees up and had a pretty good flat surface to start with when I started building the tower. So if we head inside, let's sit you guys down and you guys can maybe just wait here for this part of the tour, okay? So let's head inside, guys, but what we might actually do is we'll see if the elevator still works, because this is how the pups would get called from Ryder and they'd ride up the elevator. So let's do that as well and we'll see. Yay, it still works. I'm glad to see this still works because I have not used this for quite some time. And this works as well, guys, if you remember. There's some minecarts in the dispenser here. If we maybe take a ride down the slide to see if that still works as well. I'm sure it does. So we'll dispense out a minecart here, jump in the minecart, hit the powered rail to power it on, and hopefully, yes, it still works. This is so cool that it actually works and brings us all the way in and we can jump into the pup vehicles here. So this turned out amazing, guys. I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. So of course, after the tower, we built the 6 pup vehicles and the Paw Patroller, and I think that was episode 6, if I recall correctly. And then we added the pups, I think maybe in the episode or 2 after that. Here we have Marshall's truck, Chase's police vehicle with Chase sitting in the front, Sky's helicopter, Rocky's recycling van, Zuma's hovercraft with Zuma sitting in the front. Last but not least, we have Rubble and his bulldozer. We have the Paw Patroller, which turned out amazing as well. I remember that we have oh, where is Robo-Dog? Ah, there he is. He's having a sleep. Asleep on the job again, Robo-Dog. I thought you were a bit taller. I thought I couldn't even see you there, and then I saw your ears. I'm glad you're still here, Robo-Dog. So having the Paw Patroller and the vehicles really brought this area to life, I thought, guys. Because having the tower there looked great, but then it was a little bit empty with no vehicles and no life, I guess, in this area of the build. So adding those vehicles in and the Paw Patroller really added to this area and just really set it off. After that, of course, we did Ryder on his little ATV as well. I should have done the ATV when I did the vehicles over there, but well, it turns out I forgot, I guess, and having Ryder there sort of adds a little bit more life down to this part of the Lookout Tower. So this has turned out magnificent, and I'm so proud of this area in particular because this was the first area I did in the bay. So I think we'll do a tour in order of how we built things, guys, which I believe next was, I think the bridge and the bay itself, I think was the next thing that we built. But before we get to that, I know it's a little bit out of order, but I will show you guys the nether roof portal because this is a full-size lookout tower and the nether roof is roughly 50% size of the original one in Adventure Bay. A tiny little ATV here, half the size of the original, a half the size of Chase's police vehicle, a half-size helicopter for Sky, a half-size recycling truck for Rocky, same again for Zuma, of course Rubble and Marshall as well. And we also added the pups in the mini Paw Patroller. We'll call this the minivan Paw Patroller because it's it's half the size of the other one. We've still got the bags on the front, which looks cool. But we're having the pups in here, which, if you recall, didn't take too long at all. Only took me about 30 seconds to get them into these seats. Didn't it, pups? And we, of course, we have Robo-Dog at the front of the Paw Patroller looking after this Paw Patroller. And this, of course, is all spawn-proof because it needs to be on the nether roof. There's carpet and trapdoors and stairs and half slabs everywhere that you see. So it's all spawn-proof. Nothing bad is going to happen on the nether roof. If we head into the control room, guys, mini version of the one in the overworld as well. And of course, there is kind of like the same sort of deal here, but this one obviously doesn't work. It's just a mini version of the slide in the big tower. It turns out that it looks okay, even half the size of the original. So while we're on the nether roof, guys, I'll take you guys over to the main portal over here. And this is, of course, Loki's Yeti Park. So please come and check that out when the world download comes out. He's got some amazing games over in Yeti Park. I won't go over there. I have been there earlier in the season, but he's done so much more work. So I really encourage you guys in the world download to go to Yeti Park and check out all the rides. It is absolutely amazing. There's a ticketing system where you can win tickets and win plushies and all sorts of amazing stuff. Check out his videos. It's pretty amazing stuff. So here is the main portal to Saltwater and our shopping district, guys, earlier on in the season. And I believe this portal here is Spawn Island. So yeah, this is Spawn Island, guys. If I quickly jump into here, this is where I think you guys will spawn in on. So Spawn Island will look like, oh, I haven't seen this. So, cool. So there's gonna be, I believe, oh, that's me. Hi me. I believe there's going to be some command blocks which might take you to to everyone's bases to check them out. But this is where you'll come in, and just so you know, if you jump into this portal here, you'll end up on the nether roof. So we jump in here, that portal will take you to Saltwater and the shopping district if you wanted to check that out. And then obviously over this way is where you'll get to Adventure Bay. Alright, so moving on to the next one, guys. I think it's probably safe to bring you guys along now, don't you think? You guys hopefully won't get into trouble and we won't have any accidents or anything like that. So if we head up to the middle of the bridge, guys, and then I'll jump into free cam and show you what I've done. I've obviously built this little vehicle with someone driving across the bridge here. So here we are, a nice view of the original tower area that we did. And then we built the bridge across all the way over to the other side of the bay, which at that time didn't have anything whatsoever on that side. We also built this road that went all the way around and curved all the way around over to Caddy's Pet Parlor as well. Then we built the sand area and of course the 3 docks. But if we have a look at a few of the armor stands that I've done, guys, what we have here is myself fishing with little Harwould fishing as well, and he's eating a little lollipop, and we're fishing and we've caught 3 fish actually. We've caught 2 cod and 1 salmon in the box there, so that's turned out well, and the pups are having a swim. Fantastic. But on this dock we have another boat similar to the flounder over here, but a different colored boat basically. So I thought having another boat in the bay itself would look really cool. So we've got Terrick Time backing in his boat and having a friend saying welcome home kind of thing. So got some details in the back here. We've got some fish that he's been catching out on the bay as well, and a life preserver and a fishing rod. Just a different colored version of the flounder. Okay, so if we head on down to the actual bay area itself, guys, we've got a couple here watching their 2 kids throw a ball to each other in the water here, which looks pretty cool. We've got someone having a drink and holding a shopping bag. This guy's having a donut, enjoying the beach here in Adventure Bay. This guy here is on a paddleboard, which turned out really, really cool. I think he's got a big paddle and he's surfing on a board, which is nice. Another couple here just watching their kids play in the sand, and this guy's lazing, getting some sun, which is fantastic. Of course, we've got some seagulls here just flying around down by the sea as well. And this turned out really, really cool. I've got this idea off Loki that he built in his Yeti Park, but I added a few more trapdoors as windows in the sandcastle and added some candles on top to make it look like a bigger castle, I guess, which turned out really, really cool. Excuse me, pups. You're in the way, pups. We've got a little bucket and a little spade as well, which looks really, really... And what are you guys doing? Just having fun in the sandpit, are we? So these guys have lived here for a while, these 4 turtles, and I guess they're staying. I tried to get them to move, but they end up just making their way back to this spot right here. So I guess they're enjoying Adventure Bay and just don't want to go anywhere. We've got some more people coming from the shops down to the beach, and these kids are pointing at the really cool sandcastle that those other kids have built on the beach here. Some more armor stands, a couple of people walking on the beach here. Oh, some more seagulls. We've got a lifeguard up here, which turned out really cool. Some more life preservers hanging on some hooks, and a lifeguard just checking out everyone, making sure everyone's safe in the bay, and he's also pointing out that there's a boat coming in that's just been out fishing. We have a couple with 3 kids here. This kid's getting some sunscreen put on before he jumps into the water. Obviously a bag and a bottle of sunscreen there. The dad's just making sure that the kids are safe. Down by the water here, this kid's running in to catch up with her little brother down here that's jumped into the water and is having a really, really good time. That's about all we've got for the Adventure Bay and the Adventure Bay Bridge Park, guys, that we built. So if I'm trying to recall, I think the next thing that we built was the City Hall? City Hall was the next one we built. So if we head on over, we have Jestix and little Jestix walking across the Adventure Bay Road here over towards the City Hall. We've got Ryder and the Paw Patrol. We've got 2 Paw Patrols at the moment. We've got the moving Paw Patrol and the stationary Paw Patrol here with, of course, Mayor Goodway and Mayor Humdinger, he's looking a bit sad because what's happened here is the Paw Patrol's been called out to save Mayor Humdinger from doing some mischievous adventure like he always does, and the Paw Patrol had to save him, and Ryder's jumping for joy saying, "Let's go, pups, we've just saved the day," and they've all got a pup treat. And of course, we've got Alex here, we've got Katie from Katie's Pet Parlor, and the workers in the City Hall are giving out balloons for the kids, which is fantastic. I've done this backdrop here too, guys, which turned out amazing, I think, which is just all from the sign paintings mod. A little bit of iron bar up the side there, and also another sign painting mod with basically Paw Patrol footprints on top there, which looks fantastic. And of course, the balloons that we've had from the start of the season, I think these are Liv's balloons, which I asked if I could use them, and she said I could use them. 2 little bees hanging out here, which I think turned out amazing, guys. Look at these 2 little bees here. You guys are getting in the way. There's too many pups around here. So these turned out great. A couple of little bees checking out the flowers here. Some people over here running towards the Paw Patrol, trying to get themselves a balloon and check out the Paw Patrol themselves. Another kid here and their parent coming over to check out the Paw Patrol. This kid's obsessed with the balloon that he's just been given, and his parent is also really happy with what's going on in Adventure Bay today. If we check out the build, guys, not sure if you recall, but this is my storage area. So we've got just a very, very basic storage area. Oh, these are the plushies I was telling you about with Loki's Yeti Park, guys. So we've got a full shulker box here of like the full plushies that Loki is giving out from when you get tickets from all the rides. Basically what you do is you get tickets, and then you throw the tickets into one of the ticketing machines, and they give a plushie per ticket. So, and once you get 3 plushies, you put the plushies into a second machine, and they give out these plushies, which is really, really cool. Again, please go check out Yeti Park if you get the world download. It is amazing. He's done such a good job. But we've got all the plushies here, and I was trying to collect them all, but I don't think I'm going to get around to it. So I'll leave these plushies here, and I'll also leave the contents of my ender chest just maybe lying around here somewhere where you guys can, I guess, play with all my goodies in all my ender chests. So I've got, some rockets and some spare wings and all the spare gear that you might need if you wanted to play in the world. So that'll be left in here, maybe in a chest or something with, ender chest contents or something like that. So this was the storage area that I was using, guys. And if we head upstairs, we've got Mayor Goodway's office and a photo of the front of the City Hall. And of course, a photo of Chickaletta and baby Chickaletta that we've got here on the desk here. So Mayor Goodway would sit out here and admire the entire Adventure Bay, which has got a pretty good view of Jestix there and the boat coming in from fishing. So let's head over to Katie's Pet Parlor now, and we'll check out what Liv has actually done over there for me. Liv Awesome did some armor sand work over here at Katie's Pet Parlor. Before we head inside though, guys, I have another vehicle here with someone driving that as well, and someone else walking just on the streets here, and of course another couple of people just filling out this area, so it looks like there's just a little bit of life in this area. Of course, one more couple sitting on the bench here with their child, and this little kid's having a a donut, which is pretty nice, and a bottle of water. After a long day of having some fun in Adventure Bay, they're just sitting here and admiring Captain Turbet's Island, and of course the flounder, which we'll head over there because we've got a little special thing that I built over there. You might be able to see Wally there just in the water, so we'll check him out a little bit later. But let's see what Liv Awesome did for us over here in Katie's pet parlor. It came out amazing. We've got fish in a suit, and we've got Stowe lining up Obney's pet slime that he's got, which is so cool. She's done an amazing job with a few little details here of the slime jumping in to come and get a wash. So Leone's looking after the pet parlor while Katie's away, and we've also got some cat toys for all the cats. We've got Callie up the top there. She's not looking at us today. Not very friendly today. Hey, Callie. So we've got some other cats here that Liv has done. That's not a cat, that's Marshall. Some other cats up in here where they're playing in the sort of the cat tree there. Of course, we've got Died by Fire bathing the cats here. She's looking after the cats for the day and helping Leone out with looking after Katie's pet parlor. And yeah, Liv done an amazing job. So happy and so grateful to her. She's also done the lemonade stand, which we'll check out a little bit later as well. But the build itself, if we have a look, turned out fantastic. Obviously, I love the sign with the sign paintings. It's very pink. It's very plain, but that's what it looks like in the TV show, so that's what I built. But very cool how it turned out in Minecraft. The actual build itself, fantastic. Alright, so we have Mr. Porter's restaurant, and we have Mr. Porter in a van now. So let's check that out in just a sec. So we have Al and Mini Al buying some fresh produce off the farmer here. So this isn't Mr. Porter. This is just one of Mr. Porter's friends that's selling some fresh produce, some cakes and some pies and things out the front of the restaurant today. We have Martin and Archie out on a date, having a beer by the looks of it, and the little menu there, which adds a little bit of detail too. So they're out on a date, having a jolly old time. We have another dude here just having a drink with Dave's little checklist here that looks like a menu. So I stole it off him and used it as a menu. Of course, here we have Dave and Leone having a coffee and a donut. They're not on a date. They don't date. So we have this dude here drinking something very suspicious. I'm not sure what he's drinking there. Something off the menu though. We have an empty bottle, and this person's been off to maybe order something else and ready to sit down again. So also some guys in here cooking. We have a chef here cooking a pizza on a little pizza flipper things. We have coffee in the coffee machine. We also have Marshall in the coffee machine. We have this chef just cutting up some steak, and we have some dogs climbing up on all the food. Please ignore that. We've got a kid climbing up the ladder into Alex's treehouse. But if we have a look in Alex's treehouse, we have 3 kids in here. These guys are enjoying their afternoon away from the parents, hiding in the treehouse, just playing a game of cards. Okay, if we head on over to Mr. Porter's van, we have the van itself. We also have Mr. Porter's sign on the side here, which looks really cool. We have Obney inside driving the truck, because Obney kind of looks like Mr. Porter. That's Mr. Porter. And of course, he's got some produce in the back here that he's, I guess, taking somewhere or bringing back to the restaurant. I think next up, I built the Adventure Bay water tower. And of course, we've got Basil dressed as a maintenance man here, going up to try and save little Jimbo, who's falling off the side of the water tower here, getting into a little bit of mischief, Jimbo. Okay, next up was the lemonade stand, I believe. So if we fly over there, and hopefully the pups follow us over there, just a couple of people walking towards the lemonade stand, but the lemonade stand itself, we've got Peepaw and Arrington just meeting up for a lemonade here at the lemonade stand. We've also got Megatronic and Shanine meeting up, and we've just got another patron just having a bottle of water there by the looks of it. So Liv did this one here, and inside she's also done some amazing work in here as well. First off, this is really quite special, guys. So Oliver, Liv and Lucy actually met up in real life a few months back, and they met up at maybe not a lemonade stand, but a restaurant. And this was sort of a reenactment when they met up in real life, which was pretty nice. I got a bag here as well, which is, I think, Died by Fire's shopping bag that I've been using. So thanks to Died for that. But yeah, this is a little special scene that Liv's done for me here in the lemonade stand, which is really nice. Nice little Easter egg there. So got a couple of more people here having a lemonade, but we've got Duds behind here running the lemonade stand, which of course was established in 2024. We've got a little bit of yellow dye there, which kind of looks like a lemonade. So that was Liv's nice little touch on this area here, and a couple more people up on the bench here having some lemonade. So thanks again to Liv. She's done a great job with the lemonade stand. Come on, pups, get out. Thank you very much. On to the next one. So at the museum, guys, we basically just have a group of people that are about to go into the museum. They're on a bit of a tour, and we have like a little questionnaire that this the tour guide is asking the kids. Well, not kids, a couple of adults, I guess, and a mum or a dad. The little kid's got his hand up like he knows the answer to the question, which is really cool. This guy here has got his hand up so he knows the answer too, and this lady just appears to be really loving the work that Lucy did for us with the banners here, pointing at the banners. I guess if I jump into free cam, let's have a look at the building itself. Way back in episode 13, I believe, the empty, absolutely empty Adventure Bay Museum. I think it turned out great, especially the banners. Again, thanks to Lucy, they look amazing and really, really set off the build. And if you remember, we sort of built this area maybe in the next episode after that, and the filler buildings behind here, and the filler diagonal buildings on this side, also on this side as well. Of course, guys, I probably brushed over that a little bit. We've got the diagonal buildings that we filled in after that, and these ones here, all to fill out the entire Adventure Bay. So once those buildings came in, I think it just really, really did fill out the entire bay. And then all that was left after that was, of course, the railway station. So let's go check that out now. After we sleep. Alright, guys, so as we head over to the railway station, let's check out a couple of the armor stands on the way. We've got obviously a guy driving a car here, and we've got a little person behind on a hoverboard, which is a little ode to Back to the Future and Marty McFly on the hoverboard, on the pink hoverboard, riding behind the car. We've got someone else just walking the streets here, and this little kid's just starting to see the lookout tower behind the trees there, saying, "Dad, check it out, there's the Paw Patrol lookout tower." So that's pretty cool. If we move on over here before we get to the railway station, we've got someone in a car just here, just driving around. The front of this car looks really, really cool, using the note block as like a front grille. We have someone walking the road here. Just, what are they pointing at? They're pointing at the Paw Patrol over there, because the kid's seen the Paw Patrol, saying, "Hey mum, look, there's the Paw Patrol over there." This is actually the first armor stand that I did. This one's really cool. They've got, someone just bought some tickets that are gonna go around and catch the train there. We have Lucy Tiger and Baby Tiger here purchasing some tickets to get on the train, and Baby Tiger's got herself a nice purple balloon. I know her favorite color is hot pink, but unfortunately we didn't have a hot pink balloon here on Channel 64, so she's got a purple one today. So she's handing over a Yeti coin to pay the conductor here for the train ticket. Nice little Easter egg for Loki's Yeti Park, and also if you look closely, there's a Yeti Park prize ticket here on the floor here as well. Another little Easter egg. Obviously Mr. Mark here with Baby Mark and a balloon as well. So they're pretty happy with the balloon that they got from the Paw Patrol. And a couple more kids just throwing a ball to each other here while they wait for the train here in the train station. If we head on around the other side, we also have a diagonal train that we built. First off, we have the train itself, which I'm still happy with. I still think it looks really, really cool. Never going to do a diagonal train or a diagonal vehicle ever again, because they are a little bit difficult. But look, happy with how they turned out. Let's be honest, they do look pretty cool. Oh, there's a conductor in here that is actually Steve. Old Steve with the goatee beard, I guess. We have a parent saying, "Oh no, what have you done?" This little girl has let go of her balloon, unfortunately, and it's about to go up into the sky. We have a conductor here that's about to blow his whistle. That's definitely not a Nautilus shell. That's definitely a whistle. Down here, we've also got someone having some fairy floss, and the parents are a little bit tired. They've had a big day, so they're having a bit of a rest here on the seats. So that's it for the railway station, guys. Oh, apart from the railway crossing here that I really do love, and I'll turn the gamma back on because it does look better with the tunnel there. I really do like how this turned out, guys. For something so simple, I think it looks great. So last but not least, the last one we did, it was, of course, only the last episode. So that was Captain Turbet's Island. Let's head over here and I'll show you what I've done with the flounder. We've got Wally the walrus in the water here, and just Wally's head, which is obviously Obney's head. He's a walrus skin, so that was the obvious choice to use him as Wally. And we've got Captain Turbet that kind of looks like Oliver. So Oliver is Captain Turbet and Captain Turbet is giving Wally a nice big bit of salmon because he went out fishing and caught a few salmon in the tub here, and we've got another life preserver and another fishing rod here. So that's the flounder, and this is of course Captain Turbet's island that we built in just the last episode actually. So I think it looks cool. The whole island turned out fantastic. These little trees turned out great. The tower itself turned out great. The light is solid on. I better fix that. I'm not too sure what's happened to that. Here we've got Captain Turbet's little workspace, but he's got some pictures of the flounder and the island itself. This is where he puts his clothes on of a morning and hangs them up of a night. Tower itself, which I think the redstone's somehow turned itself on and has stayed on. I will definitely fix that before I log off. Just looking back from this location, I actually do love this view. When you've got the Paw Patrol Tower in view, and you've got the new boat, which I'll show you guys in just a sec, but you've got Katie's pet parlor over in the corner over here. And the amazing view from this location. This is probably my favorite view of the entire Adventure Bay. Last but certainly not least, guys, I'm very, very proud of how this boat turned out. I was trying to give the effect that this boat is actually moving and it's got some white water behind the boat itself. I think I've achieved that pretty well, because if you look from over here, it looks like it's moving through the water and, you know, there's some waves behind the boat itself. I think that turned out great, guys. It's really hard to get movement in Minecraft, but having things like this and armor stands throughout the Adventure Bay has really helped to give the bay a little bit more life. And of course, in this one, we've got Loki just coming back in from a nice fishing trip. Has he got any in there? I think we're too far away to render in, but I think there's a few fish in this little bucket as well. Another life preserver and a fishing rod for Loki as well. We're going to head on over to underneath the tower over there, and I'm going to show you guys how to get the Paw Patrol Pup skins in Minecraft. Okay, so here we are in my farming area, guys, and that's the lookout tower right there. So underneath the lookout tower, we have 2 untamed wolves here that you guys can use to breed up your Paw Patrol Pups. I've got some tamed wolves here that I've been using throughout the whole season to get my pups. So if I show you in this barrel here, we've got a whole set of Paw Patrol name tags and some rotten flesh. So if I go ahead and I show you guys what you need to do. So basically get these guys to stand up so we can breed them. So now that they're all standing up, we can use the Babies Forever mod that we have on the server. So what that means is when we create a baby of any mob and you name tag that baby version, it will stay a baby forever. So once we breed up a few of these pups, so let's breed up 6 pups, and now we'll make these guys sit so we can just get the babies out of here. They're running around everywhere. They're always causing mischief. Okay, so now that we've got the pups, what we can do is name tag the pups, and they will turn into the name tag that we've named. So this one will be Marshall. This one will be Chase. This one will be Zuma, Rocky, Rubble, and of course Sky. The 6 Paw Patrol pups. And if you wanted to, you could do the same with Robodog. You just have the name tag named Robodog, and that'll turn into Robodog skin as well. There we have it. How to get the Paw Patrol pups into Minecraft. What a journey this has been for the past 18 months. I'm so very proud of this project, guys. I'm proud of the fact that I was able to bring my vision from 18 months ago to life in a way that's instantly recognizable as Paw Patrol Adventure Bay in Minecraft. I'm so happy that you have all enjoyed watching me on this Minecraft journey, letting me know how much you've enjoyed watching my videos just as much as I have loved making them for you. But I think the biggest thing I am proud of for this entire project is the fact I was able to keep the overall scale of Adventure Bay pretty close to the original pictures I found of Adventure Bay way back when I first decided to take on this project. But I do have one regret, and that one regret is that I did not have enough time to build Farmer Yumi's farm and Jake's snowboarding resort. But you know what? Maybe one day I might load up a world download and finish off the project and finish off those builds that I didn't get to finish. Never say never, right? And one last thing, of course, is about the world download, guys. There's a link in the description to join the Channel 64 Discord, where you will find all the world download information, the mods, the resource pack, basically everything you will need to get this world working in 1.21 Java Edition. There's also a link to my personal Discord if you would prefer that, where all the same information is available for you as well. So please download the world, take a look around at Adventure Bay, and maybe even build something. I would absolutely love to see that. Join my personal Discord or the Channel 64 Discord and show me pictures of you hanging out here in Adventure Bay. That would be amazing. That'll do it for the season. Thank you all so very, very much for all the support in the Channel 64 Season 3 Paw Patrol series. I will be back very, very soon in Season 4 with some really, really cool ideas, which I think you guys are going to really, really like. So please keep an eye out for Episode 1 coming out very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.